Well, hello and good evening. How's everybody this evening? Give it a few moments for folks to join us. Actually need, so let's move that one. Sitting. Oh, here it is. Just looking. How many of you guys, I won't say remember this, but yeah, I had some coasters made. This is when I was still using sticker mule. They're like, hey, have some coasters. For like 20 bucks, you get 50 coasters or whatever. It's like, okay. I don't have very many of them. What up, Skeet? Yo, Skeet, I gotta get up with you. I need to go fishing. I need some black sea bass. Yeah, I need some black sea bass. Let's just it is what it is. Life has been lifing, and I need some sea bass, dog. Rolling smoke, what up? How you doing this evening? Skeet, join us, man. Hit the hit the link. Boom. Every weekend. All right. Well, this weekend I have something going on. Next weekend I have something going on. Um, I don't know. We'll figure something out. Where you been going? You been going like local or all the way down Ocean City? I am overdue. I haven't been. I haven't caught any black sea bass in probably 3 years. Jersey. All right, no problem. Tell her I said what's up. Yo, we went to the Caribbean Wine Festival in Mount Airy over the weekend on Saturday. It wasn't like one of them bourbon beer festivals, yo. It was way different, way different. Victor, glad to see you could join us, Victor. So glad to see you're here. I'll say in the flesh, but in person. Definitely appreciate you coming on and hanging out. Lou Calamatis, what's going on? Oh man, Lou, you know what? If bruh, um, yeah, you are early tonight. Usually, Lou, Lou, I'm still sober. I just took a quick sip. So, how many of you have seen Johnny from View to a Grill? There's his hat right there. Johnny from View to a Grill. He got one of the there it is, one of those slushy machines there. Yo, this thing is dangerous, dangerous. We've only had it for all of 8 hours, and we've made 3 or 4 different types of slushies in the house collectively. I made one to put liquor in it, and I had to I had to take what I had left of it and take it off of me. Um, so charter trip November 16th. Dang, it's gonna be cold by then. Let's see. Blind man, what up, Dave? How you doing? George, he said, "What's up, barbecue family?" Look, why do I keep doing this? I always do this. I can put it on the screen. Y'all can see what George said too. George, I just realized there's a person in that picture. Is that person in the picture your daughter that went to Morgan? All right. Mm, all right. Maybe you sent it via Instagram or something. Let me see. Doo-doo. All right. Let's see here if I can find it. Ski. What? Come on. How'd you send it, Skeet? Because I got nothing right now. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. All right, I'll wait for it. Uh, hmm. How about this? Hold on. I will send you a text message. Did you get my message? Hopefully, you got my message. Because I don't know. All right, so let's see. Susie's here early. Oh my goodness! I hope I hope to go home with Dash tonight. Yeah, well, come on. Shoot. All right, November 16th, 6 to 4, Ocean City. Golly, 6 a.m. Nice. No. $160 per angler. Boarding pass, ride rental, 8 minutes tip. All right. No bottles or hard liquor allowed. All right. Sean, how you doing this evening? Let's see. Be Wild. What up? Be Wild says hi. Well, hello. Look, that's it's crazy. It looks like is that a screech owl? Barn owl? My mom collects owls, and I say become owl. Not even an aficionado, but like I like owls by extension. Hmm. Huh. All right, let's see here. Catch up to the comments. Lou said, "I watched Taste Tester number two's walk off last week. It was a cool dad moment, sir. Congrats to both of you. Yes, indeed. So I realized, well, not realized, but of course, in the moment, I thought it was a walk off, but reality set in afterward, after talking to him, and it was ruled a double, I believe. But still, he he definitely um that was the end of the game. So it was a walk off. And to end the senior night game at the home field with a walk off, that was pretty cool. Um, it wasn't even a home run. Yeah, it wasn't a home run, but because I thought it was a grand slam at first, like I didn't realize that like while he was batting, someone because at the beginning of his bat, the bases were loaded. Beginning of his at bat, bases were loaded, but then as he was batting, someone stole and got on, scored. So that wasn't bases loaded. So I said hi to Sean already, but we'll say hi to Sean again. Sean, what up, man? How you doing? Trying to multitask here, checking my work. Sure, Susie. We're not looking for you to join me. Not at all. All right, that's nothing. So how's everybody doing? What did folks cook for Memorial Day? That's a good question. Let's get things started. The welcomes and introductions and the oh y'all. Mm, this I haven't poured a drink yet because I'm drinking a slushy drink, and if you know, slushy drinks hit you harder because they go down so smooth, and then they're just oh. Mm. I can't read that one out loud, Victor, but I agree. I did I did a brisket and some lamb for um I talk about this lady all the time. She's the one who, when I was originally like doing turkeys way back when, she hit me up when I had too many turkeys to do, and I told her I couldn't fit her in, and then she was like, I don't care what I have to do, and she's like, I'll pay you double to do this turkey for me, and then I was like, I said, well, how about if you pick the turkey up the day before, and she ended up doing that, and that was how our I won't say our I don't want to say relationship, but how her being a customer started. And she orders, I want to say, at least a brisket from me once a quarter. So, and if it's usually brisket and lamb, brisket and wings, brisket and beef ribs, or beef ribs and wings. So yeah, Susie says she did some brisket and pulled pork. Well, good. How about yourself? Thank you for asking. Well, I'm yeah, fantastic. So be wild. Can we get a name or and a location or something? Oh, all right. Freaking nap. Taking a dirt nap. Lou says I got a bought a little pizza oven. Couldn't pass it on the sale price. I guess kinda. All right. Marcus is here. Oh boy, shenanigans ensued. Let's see. Marcus always he says aloha everyone. Rolling Smoke said he did some burgers. Nice. Gonzi Rock Box. Let's see if we can find that out. Gonzey. Oh look, Gonzi Pizza Oven. Summer sale on now. Gonzi. Dominic said. Let's see here. You correct. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of stuff here. All right. Bunch of accessories before I even get to the pizza oven. Does it go on? Let's say stand. I'm trying to find it. The rock box. Down cover. Oh, here's a rock box cover. Still haven't found the rock box yet. Hmm. All right, let's see. Summer sale event. Oh, let's just go to pizza ovens. There we go. Dome one, rock box. Okay. Pioneer scaled down portable version of our commercial pizza oven. Rock box is the original stone floor. Oop, I was reading the description, but I clicked on the picture. Original stone floor portable oven that started a pizza revolution. Create world class pizza at home or away. Nice. $100. Excuse me. $100 off. That's not bad at all. Are you making your own doughs and such, or are you buying your doughs from like um from a market or whatever? Mm, mm, mm. All right, Jamie's here. She's just checking in with T Bone from our spot. Oh, it's become an hour. Oh, tell T Bone, T Bone, what up, T Bone? Hey, Jamie. Is it Esquire T Bone? McDickens, McNack McDickens. T Bone. is he is he flailing around the room, Marcus? um, let's see here. I was going to do some barbecue last weekend, so for doing nothing and being happy for my health. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Victor, Victor likes to scare me from time to time. Victor hit me up and he's like, "Oh hey, all right, Victor, I'm glad you could be here on the live stream and join us." Hog said, "What up? How you doing this evening?" Chachi is here. The party can officially start now. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Gentlemen, oh, Hog says, Gentleman Jack is on the menu tonight. Well, I didn't, oh, see, I don't know if you can see it right there. But there it is. There it is. My wife had been talking about getting a slushy maker for at home, and seeing Johnny's video of him using a slushy maker, I was like, okay, all right, well, we'll see. So she had been talking about it, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the trigger. So I used Johnny's code. I said, you know what? If I'm gonna get one of these things, I'm gonna support somebody who supports me. So I went out, went to his channel, clicked the link, followed the prompt, and actually saved a bunch of money going through his link and not getting it from Amazon. So you know, truth be told, I saved an extra like $80 off of getting one off of Amazon. It did take an extra couple days though. So if you need it tomorrow, then you might want to go on Amazon. But if you can wait an extra couple days and be like me and save an extra $80, there you go. Huh. Let's see. Jamie says, Jamie, we need to start doing shirts through you. Yeah, look, I got this that new. It's the new. You know how you can tell it's new? I don't have I was gonna say, I don't have any holes in the on the right side at my 4 o'clock. You know. I don't have any holes in my shirt there. I think I have the old one. Where's the old one? Oh, because I put it on the other day. I have it sitting on my table here. I put it on the other day. And so first and foremost, oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is an old one. All right. So it's kind of hard to see. Maybe. Oh, there you go. If you know, you know. Okay. And here, I'll do this. Look at these. Look at that. Can you see that right there? It's a damn shame that my shirts get eaten up in that same exact spot. Anyway, I was doing I was helping my wife do garden work, and I was like, I'm putting on the old shirt. So that's why I pulled that one out, and it's sitting right here. But if you know, you know. And after talking to Jamie when I ordered my new shirt, it had been 5 years. 5 years, excuse me, since I purchased new shirts. I have been rocking the same, I think I have 4 shirts left. The same 4 shirts for 5 years. Now the bowling shirts, the same 5 bowling shirts as you guys call them. I think Laura is the one who started calling it my bowling shirt. But I'll take it, and I ordered 7 new ones. So I have quite the I'm gonna say stash, but I have quite a few of the new shirts. Um, so yeah. Lou says the installation on it is awesome. Oh, so have you gotten it in, or are you still waiting for it? Oh, I finished my slushy. It might be time to move on to the jar. Oh, I don't have any ice in my cup. Damn it. I'm gonna have to go get some ice momentarily. Blind man says you got to make your pizza dough. Look, Lou says always try to do my own dough. It's always better if life is life, and I'll get it from the pizzeria. Oh, that's a good idea. I've never thought about getting pizza from a pizzeria. Mm. Yes, I can. What are you looking at? Buffalo Trace. Yes, I can. Says Buffalo Trace is a drink of choice tonight. See, it's not a Ninja slushy machine. It's I won't say off brand, but it's a different brand. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jimmy. I will give you Jamie's work email, and or yeah, I'll give you a work email. And when I say hook it up, and from the time I placed my order, now this was also a little different for me probably because I had everything already established already. But from the time I placed my order to me receiving my shirts was like less than 2 weeks. It was probably like 10 or 12 days. Now, of course, the setup and all that other stuff, the sending in the artwork and doing all of those things um, might make it take a little longer, but fast, fast turnaround. Um, yeah, Jimmy, I saw T Roy, Troy's as well. And I'm like, damn, I wish they'd have reached out to me and given me a free one. I didn't have to spend a couple $100 on that one. But it is what it is, and I will enjoy it. Like I said, I will help out those who help me out. um, it's not the Ninja Machine. It's I can't see the brand name from here. Hold on, let me see. I will try to find. I can't see the brand name from here. Not my email. Do where is my email? Where the hell's my email? I closed my email apparently. There it is. See, starred. He's upset. I'm trying to find what's the name of the gentleman. Hold on. Um, I ordered it last week, so I say you guys are gonna have to. I'll try to find it for you later with the brand or whatever it is, or you can go out to Johnny's channel, View to a Grill, and he's got a video on it, and check it out, and hit up the link. Like I said, the similar slushy machines. So I won't say full disclosure, but similar slushy machines are going for like $300, 250, $300 on Amazon. I got it for 230, 220. I'm sorry, 220. So I mean, I think it's cranky too. Did you pick up any Merlot barrel aged? No, I did not. And luckily enough for me, my bottle is like I have that much left in my bottle. So Sean says the cost of doing business. Yeah, buddy. Uh, Neil, what up, Neil? How you doing this evening? Let's see. I'm gonna put the link out there. Victor says I've discovered some small after effects, but not much. My medical team has told me that they might be gone in 6 to 12 months, but folks couldn't tell if they weren't informed. But folks couldn't tell if they weren't informed. Well, that's good. That's good. Victor, I'm just like I said, I'm happy you're here. Oh, it's here. Haven't fired it up yet. Maybe this weekend. What are you waiting for, dog? I want to say new toy. Dude, this thing came in today. It arrived today, and it was less than an hour because my my wife actually took a nap this afternoon, so it came in while she was sleeping. And when she came downstairs and saw it, she made a bit of a ruckus, and Taste Tester number one heard. So he came down and was like, "What is that?" And so basically, as soon as he saw it, he was like, "Pew!" So he made Kool-Aid. So there's a picture of Kool-Aid, and we put the Kool-Aid in there and made a Kool-Aid slushy. And then me being me, so my wife actually put some. There's some sodas behind me on the floor here, and she did some um orange crush. That's what they are. I couldn't remember which ones she did. She did orange crush, zero sugar, but the thing says that you need sugar in order for it to freeze, basically. So she's like, "Well, that's not going to help me. That I want to do zero sugar stuff." So she found what she needed to mix in it to make it work, and it worked for sure. So 2 cans of soda, boom, right into that thing. slushed up. So she got her fill. Taste tester number three got her fill, and I was like, "Ooh, there's some left over. Let me pour a little liquor in it. Let me pour a little extra Kool-Aid in it, so that I had enough volume for it to go." Man, I turned that thing up, and it was like pew, frozen. And y'all saw what was left. I had about 2 cups of slushy when I was done with it, so I was happy. All right, let's see. Da, 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 da. All right. Oh, Jamie, she said 5 years and one set of polo shirts is a good run. We're having a small discontinued camo cargo shorts crisis here. I sent him a link to some cargo shorts from Duluth Trading Company. Those shorts, I don't have them here. I don't have any. But the only pants I wear are Duluth Trading Company pants, and I mean they're pricey, but they last. The black pants that I wear, hold on, it's Duluth Trading, and I know for sure they have camo shorts. You want I get the Fire Hose Flex shorts because I need some stretchy in my pants for doing splits and stuff. Um, so let's go. No thanks. We are going to do shorts and cargo short. Fire Hose Flex. Yo, these shorts are literally like split fit 11. Damn it. What do they do with them? Let's just search camo. CAMO. All right. So they have some. These are cooling shorts, though. I don't know about that. That's not what you want. Um. Damn. Dude, I know for sure I sent him a link, and I don't know if I sent it to you and him, but I know for sure I sent Marcus the link for the shorts. Because I know I got a couple pair. I was like, ooh, next time I go to Austin, I'm wearing these the entire time I'm there. The pizza places usually sell their dough. It's better than grocery store. You can usually cook it hotter. All right, well that's good to know. Jimmy says I'm trying to stop letting you spend my money. I mean, bro, I wish I could. I wish I could stop spending my money too. I think this is Travis. It was the Music Performance Academy. I think his name was Travis, if I remember correctly, and I probably don't. But got a question for you. I figured you were the man to ask. I've been trying to make briskets on my pellet grill. They turn out pretty good for the most part, but the bark is never there. Got any tips? I am not a hard bark person, so I'm gonna say you are barking up the wrong tree, asking me. Uh, but I am a fan of soft bark. Like I equate the bark to cookies. I do not like hard cookies. I like a soft bit cookie. I like a soft bark on my brisket. So if I'm putting a brisket in the Traeger, you've seen me cook plenty of briskets in my Traeger. Um, I'm going to put it in the Traeger, and what I will do is I will actually turn the heat down slightly and let it sit in the smoker in the Traeger naked for where if I were using one of my wood burning smokers, I might have it sit in the smoker for 4 hours. I might have it sit in the smoker on the pellet cooker for 5, maybe even 5.5 hours at that lower temperature of like 225 to help it get more smoke flavor. And then what I'm going to do now, mind you, I also always, always, always keep my fat cat cap up. Okay, fat cat cap. That liquor, the fat cat cap, the fat cap always up, and then after that, let's say 5 hours, 5.5 hours max. I will then put it into a full size catering pan, and in that full pan, I will let it go until it hits the temperature and the doneness that I like. Um, and I will also wrap it tightly with foil in that foil pan. Um, and like I said, that's the way I get them done. Fat and happy. What up, Keon? How you doing this evening? He said, "What's up, Dash and barbecue fam?" The pizza spot. Let's see, blind man said the pizza spot by me is not great, so I make my own. Nice. Oh, he says Keon says it's working tonight. Well, thank you for joining us. Um, Lou said it's been raining. Supposed to be nice this weekend. Man, put up one of them 10 by 10 canopies and get it in, dog. Get it in. Taste Tester number one cooked out on the back deck tonight with his. So my wife gave him a little tabletop Smoky Joe. He cooked on it earlier today underneath the umbrella, like one of them sun umbrellas. He cooked underneath that today. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right. Neil says he's good, my friend, and yourselves. Hope everybody is well. Yes, indeed. John says hello from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Well, hello. Hello, John. Thanks for joining us up there. Definitely appreciate it. Victor says, Dave, I agree. It's just so easy making pizza dough, but it's best if you start it the day before. Yeah, gotta get it, let it rest. All right, so John has a question. I guess is when using alcohol when cooking, is there math or how much for not putting too much for alcohol to cook off? So John, I cooking with alcohol, in my opinion, is alcohol abuse. I'd much rather drink it than cook with it. I'm gonna say for the first time recently cooked with a cooking wine, and I mean that was a stretch. I still have half the bottle, if not more, from me cooking with it because I just I don't cook with it. All right, so Jamie, I'm behind on the comments. I realized I went out to the Duluth Trading Company's website, and I do not see their shorts. The camo shorts. They must have. I mean, either they're obviously maybe they're discontinued, um, but I don't see them any longer. Um, but I know for sure I sent him the link because when I saw them on sale, I was like, "Yo!" And they were discounted. They were like $20 a piece. And their shorts are $50 to $65 per pair. So I mean, they're not cheap. It's not cheap clothes. Um, so yeah. Uh, I see the fat cat like usually likes the slushy machine too. Yeah, buddy. Only let's see. Sounds pretty good. Only problem I have is the foil, and it seems my bar and the seasoning also. Bark and the seasoning also falls off as well. So, all right. So let me walk you through my process when I'm cooking my briskets. Okay, and this is something that I've gotten. I don't say accustomed to, but I've gone with over time. So when and or if I'm doing a brisket in the Traeger, I'm going to start the Traeger. I'll get the Traeger set to 225 degrees. I'll then come back inside, and usually I'm seasoning my brisket as the Traeger is coming up to temperature. I'm not a fan, or I don't season my brisket like the night before and then put it back in the refrigerator or anything like that. So I season the brisket at the time of cooking. I'll pull it out of the refrigerator, or if I purchased it early, I don't know. Like sometimes I will go and buy a brisket. Like I might be going to get a brisket first thing tomorrow morning because I need to do one for we're having taste tester number two's send off on Friday, and the I don't say girl, but the person that's doing my photography or the photography for us, I'm bartering. I'm gonna give her some brisket for her coming to take pictures. So I want to get that brisket done and taken care of. Anyway, I'm going to season the brisket. Okay, now I season the brisket. How I season the brisket? Boom. I take the foil. By the time I finish seasoning the brisket, the smoker is ready. Is ready for me to go ahead and set. Get the set temperature. Hold on, let me get Jimmy in here before I get to talking too much. All right, I get the set temperature ready, right? And then I will usually finish. Like I might trim the brisket, then go check on the smoker set the temperature, and then I'll come back inside, close the lid, and then I will um, season the brisket. So within 15 minutes, so by the time the smoker is pretty much getting towards temperature, I'm walking outside with the brisket like a baby to put it out on a Traeger, right? I slide it out on the Traeger, and then in my Traeger, I have two little they're like pint metal containers. I put water in them. I fill them about halfway up with water, and I stick them in the corners of the cooker, and I let them go. Right. I usually fill them with warm water so that the cooker is not fighting to warm up that water inside of the cooker. Right. But at 225 degrees, there should be just a little bit of evaporation coming off of those things, and boom. I stick it in there. I let the brisket sit in there for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I will spritz the brisket. I have a hand pump water gun, so I spritz the brisket, and I'll spritz the brisket every hour or so for that 5 hours. Once 5 hours is up, I will come in and I'm like, okay, I will pick the brisket up, put it into a full size catering pan. I don't add any moisture to it. I don't add anything to it. Cover it with one sheet of heavy duty aluminum foil, wrap it back up, and I will typically, depending on what's going on, I will either bring it in the house and put it in the oven. I will bump up the temperature from 225 to 300 degrees, and I'll let that thing ride. Okay, I'll let it ride until it hits between 200 and 205 is the magic number. At about 200 degrees, I start checking it, probing it, and then it's like, all right, when it hits my number, or when I feel like it feels good, I'm like, okay, let me take it out. I let it sit on the counter. I open up the foil, let it vent. I sit it on the counter, and I let it sit on the counter for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours on the I won't say on the slow side, but when I don't have to do anything with it right away. So on Thursday, tomorrow, I'll probably be cooking a brisket ahead of time for Friday, and I'm gonna probably try and have it vacuum sealed for my photographer so that I can say, hey, here are 1.5 or 2 pound packs of brisket that you guys, her and her family. I used to ride motorcycles with them once way back in the day, but like 20 plus years ago. Um, so and long time friend, and longtime follower, supporter of me doing barbecue. So when I hit her up, I'm like, how much money and or brisket is this going to cost me? And she's like, we can work something out. So I'm gonna make sure I send her home with a decent care package. I mean, so with that being said, that is my process. So I don't know what I'm gonna say you're doing differently, but you can take the information that I'm telling you and try to tailor it to your process and see what you're doing a little differently. Now, I want to say the hard part is it's difficult sometimes for me to do a video on something I've done a video on before, but I can tell you that I will try to do a video for you tomorrow of me doing this brisket. The problem is I have a lot of other things going on and me kind of doing a brisket. But I mean, I might I won't say walk to, but go to Restaurant Depot. And I actually took some video the other day on my glasses of me doing I went inside the Restaurant Depot. I have to see if I can find that video. Maybe I'll just use some of that with some of this and figure it out, and I'll make a video. But that video won't be coming out for another week, maybe two. I have I won't say a bunch of other videos, but I have some other videos I've already done, filmed, edited, and are on YouTube just waiting for me to click the publish button. So I will make an attempt to
Yep.
film a video tomorrow. Sometimes timing doesn't work out, or like the last one that I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a video. Man, I woke up late and I was pressed for time. So Jimmy, how much more time does it take to film a video when you're doing cooking and doing YouTube, or doing
Oh,
video for YouTube?
oh, a lot. A lot. At least twice as much.
Man,
At,
so that's
at,
one
at
thing.
least.
How
I
many
mean,
times, it's like setting up the camera, checking to make sure that everything's in
oh
frame,
yeah.
doing this,
Oh yeah.
and then the crux of setting up multiple cameras.
Oh yeah. And what's in the background
Oh
and
yeah. Oh,
what's
my
going
wife.
on. And you even mentioned it. What's going on in the neighborhood at the
Yeah,
time?
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
oh my
yeah,
gosh. There's
yeah.
there's so much. It 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 You never know. You go out, and of course, in my neighborhood, I can hit record, and I must have a big light on top of my building that I didn't know about because
Uh-oh.
it's like
Jimmy.
everybody comes out the woodwork when I
Oh,
when I start recording. They,
I get it. All
they
right, so let me see here. Let me try to catch up a bit on the comments. I'm like 9 minutes behind. John, I've never heard of formula on cooking with alcohol. It depends on what you're cooking. Are you want to make a reduction sauce or are you doing a flambe? Yeah, is it John? Steam is my brisket. No problem. I figured out. What up, Steven? How you doing this evening?
he needs to come on tonight. It's been a while.
Oh, John says he hasn't tried it yet. He said he was curious if there was math. I'm I don't like I said, man, I feel like cooking with alcohol is alcohol abuse. I'd rather drink it. Uh Octavian says, so why did you decide on the LSG pellet? They have another set it and forget it style smoker in their vertical mini or larger one. It's not the same. Um I have been using so I mean, I won't say full disclosure, but if you've been around my channel enough, you know that I have I'll say a plethora, but I have a few different cookers. So I had a few wood burning smokers, and I had one that was wood and charcoal. Like it was charcoal, and I would throw splits in it to help with the smoke flavor, right? But what I realized is if I were cooking with lump charcoal, I didn't really need to add any additional wood. That lump gave enough flavor and heat, and it was like doing double work. It was like diminishing return. So when I started cooking um with the Traeger, and I mean I've had that Traeger now for 7 or 8 years, so I've cooked a lot on that Traeger, and I understand the ease of that trigger, and I wanted to try the ease and use of the trigger with the pellets on a bigger scale. So that was what I want to say drove me to go with the LSG, because my whole thing is I I won't say primarily because if y'all have seen my channel lately, I haven't been cooking for catering. I have been cooking for my family. But I wanted to find a cooker that I could use for my catering dependably, if that makes sense. My my 275 gallon oil heat tank cooker Bessie, the whole entire bottom has rusted out on that cooker. The cook chamber is gone. And can I still use that cooker? Yes. Am I using 3 times as much fuel to make and maintain a fire? Yes. And then part of the problem when I say I'm using 3 times as much fuel, when it's warmer, it's probably 2 times as much fuel. But when it's cold, and the last time I used that cooker was from like Thanksgiving through Christmas, not last year, but the year before, literally threw 3 times as many splits into that fire to maintain the fire to keep things warm and going. And that's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. So I was looking for an alternative, and when Lone Star Girls, now mind you, if you look back at my videos, I have been asking and begging and be like, LSG, hit me up, LSG, Lone Star Girls. I would love to get one and be a spokesman for your product. I've been asking for Lone Star Girls. Now, I'll say full disclosure, but I talked to Chris. I sent Chris an email probably 3 or 4 years ago, before 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 COVID. Okay, so maybe been 5 years ago at this point now. But when I reached out to Chris and talked to him about ordering the pellet cooker, I had already reached out to him before. I reached out to him in the past, and I feel like he was scorned because there were so many other people hitting him up and asking for this or asking for that, and I'm like, I mean, I did not pay full price, but I paid for it. Okay, I paid for it. And it's not like I am sponsored by him. He didn't give me anything to say, hey, every time you mention this cooker, like I know for sure there are others out there that every time they mention his cooker in the videos, he's sending them a check. That's not the case for me. I bought it on my own accord to legitimately give it a fair shake. And I mean, I've had it for a year now, and I have shaken it. It has been shooketh, okay? And I I can honestly say it's, I mean, I have some
I
decent calipers, but that is damn near bulletproof.
I
Okay?
I
It's
did
damn
the
near
same
bulletproof.
I did the same thing with Pit Boss.
Yeah, and
I
and
so
and Jimmy, well, I remember when Jimmy got the pit bulls, he hit me up like, man, I did a thing. It was on sale, and I'm just gonna try it out. We're gonna see
yep,
how,
yep.
the convenience alone makes it easy for you to use. Like
Oh, absolutely.
the video you did, you posted this weekend. You did some pulled pork and you did some baked beans. You said, oh, I'm gonna put the baked beans on the cooker. You didn't even mention that it was in the pit boss. You just did
Nope,
it and you
I
used
just did it.
the, and I'm like, damn, I wonder if he put it in the pit boss and he didn't even mention it.
I did. I did.
So he ended up using what was it? Cuisinart bullet. What was it?
No, that was the oh goodness. The it was a bullet smoker
Okay.
that that about the same deal. They offered me a deal on it, and
Okay.
I took it. But uh, full disclosure, as you say,
Mm,
I just gave it to my brother. So,
okay. Listen, I,
but
I I try
it
to be
was
honest with you guys,
it
man.
was the it was the Orion,
Oh yeah,
the
Orion. Orion.
Orion cooker, and that was the big bullet smoker, and
Okay.
it just
It
I really
goes.
didn't have room for it,
Oh,
and it it took 10 hours to cook a
a pork shoulder.
a butt, yeah, and I'm like, nah, and he
So
was like, so he wanted a smoker, and I'm like, okay, come get it,
come
you
and
can
get
have it.
it.
That's right.
So, but here's the thing, Jimmy. Why not pull it and put it in the oven and finish it inside?
True, true,
You could have sped it up
true,
because I know
true.
I won't say it seemed like in the video you were saying that it didn't get up to a high enough temperature for you, or as you would say,
Yep,
temperature.
yeah,
Uh,
yep. Every time.
it didn't it didn't get up to a high enough temperature for you. So
That's right.
I mean, bruh, listen, I figured out a long time ago that the oven is easier and way more predictable than keeping
Oh,
stuff out on
absolutely.
the smoker. And that became, and people always ask me, why did you bring it in the house, put it in the smoker? Because I started my barbecue business while I was still working full time. In 2014, when I was doing my barbecue, I would start my cooks in the evening from work. They would go until, let's say, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get up in the morning. I used to have to be at work at 6.
Yeah,
So I gotta get up in the morning. All right, well, let me finish this thing in the oven. I'd finish it in the oven. I'd get up in half an hour extra early for work, and then I would do whatever I needed to do, get my meat prepped and done and ready, wrapped up, boom, and or take it to work with me, and then be at my desk at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
yeah.
so the did I want to be up all night fighting a fire or throwing splits? No. I brought that thing inside and finished it in the oven so I could get like a nap before I had to go to work and perform all day. So it was out of necessity I started bringing things inside. Now, of course, if I have a big enough cook, I have to keep it in the smoker outside. But if I have a small enough cook where I'm doing a brisket and some pork shoulder, yo, them two pans, they'll fit in the oven. They'll finish in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
Um, so let's see. Has anyone smoked cheese on the smoker? Yes, I have, and I have a video on it. I see Stevens here. He might um he might be able to find a video of me smoking cheese. Now, it was a long, long time ago, so please forgive
It has
my,
been a while.
oh my gosh. I haven't smoked cheese in quite a while, but it was, woo, buddy. Jamie says, yeah, Okie, this Okie man of mine isn't wearing $80 shorts. Well, they're I never buy them for $80. They're on sale when I buy them. All right, Lou. Thank you, Lou Calamatis. I don't think I said the whole name. I always have to say Lou Calamatis. So, Lou, thank you for hanging out with us. Definitely appreciate you. Trey. Trey says, "Do you still have the Lone Star, and how is it?" Yes, I still have it. Dude, as much money as I spent on that thing, it's gonna stay here for quite a while. Okay, quite a while. The thing is this: that Lone Star Grill. Actually, I was gonna say tomorrow's video, but not tomorrow. Next week's video. So next Tuesday. So I. Has anyone noticed that I've been trying to put out a video on Tuesday and Thursday again?
Yep.
Years ago, if you've been following me for quite a while, you know there was a point in time. Actually, it was probably 3 years, if not longer, prior to COVID, that I used to put out a video Tuesday, do a live stream Wednesday, and put out another video on Thursday. So I used to put out 2 videos a week and do the live stream, and that was my life. Well, life got to life in, and I'm like, okay, I can't do that anymore, and I got a bit burnt out. YouTube just wasn't fun. It wasn't anything. Aside from the live streams, I'm like, yo, there was a point where I think I probably went 8 months, 9 months, and I didn't even put out a video. But I definitely kept up with the live stream, unless something moved my heart. Let's say, I would do a video, and it wouldn't perform, and then that would make me not want to do videos again. So now I'm kind of just in a mode where I have good camera equipment. I have the motivation and the drive to just film stuff. I have been filming stuff. I have so much footage of things that I have not posted. And I mean, I have film footage from our vacations, footage from me doing things around the house, footage from, I mean, like I've got footage, okay? And it's just been a matter of trying to make a story match the footage sometimes. Having the footage is only part of it. But in my opinion, every video has to have a story, or the video is better if there's a story behind it, or if it there's some sort of flow, or I'll say symmetry, but it has to work. I can't just post a video of me. I don't know. I gotta make it, you know, educational, or I want to accomplish something in the video. If I'm just cooking the same thing that I've cooked for however many times, to me that's not something I want to watch. And if I don't want to watch it, then you probably wouldn't want to watch it. And I know not a lot of you guys are like, I'll watch anything that you put out. Those views say otherwise. The views say otherwise. All right. Let's see. Is it Ashcom? Says, well, suddenly I'm starving. Says, bless you, Dash. Da-da-da-da. I'm buying my first pellet grill in a few weeks. Nice. I wish I had like a code or something for you to uh give me some credit. Give me a kickback or something, because that would be helpful. Um, let's see. Da-da-da-da. I'm trying to uh oh boy, look at this. Stop it. No, I'm not even reading that out loud. Bubba Tribe, it says, Dash, question on your cabinet. Can you fit 3 full pans on the shelf? Yes. The only exception to that is, so if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, it's either the second shelf or the third shelf is where the latch for the handle goes in. And that shelf, I have to kind of use a half pan, because if I use a full pan, the latch will hit the pan. Um, ask me how I know. All right. Octavian says, would you say the taste and the quality is the same as your stick burner? So, they're like, I want to say apples to oranges, but it's not apples to oranges. The Traeger to the stick burner is like apples to oranges, where they're
Yep.
totally two completely different flavors, right? But the Lone Star Grill is like a Fiji apple to a Honeycrisp apple. They're
Similar.
they're very similar, very
Yep.
similar. But you can tell it's not the same. But Octavian, what you are fearing is the thing that only someone who eats way too much barbecue is going to be able to discern. And I want you to understand what it is I'm trying to say. The person who you're cooking for and is going to enjoy your food that comes off the cabinet is not going to be able to tell that you cooked it on a pellet cabinet cooker. Okay? That
Mm.
person who has been smoking meat in a wood burning smoker and loves that acrid over smokedness, and that's usually what that person who is the loudest talker, right? Oh, biggest belly, loudest talker. I smoked my brisket for 37 hours and I did this and I did that. Bruh, nah,
Yeah.
that's not
I,
it. That's not
I,
it.
I'm not sure about the Lone Star, but with what I've gotten used to, there's a P setting that sets up how much smoke that you get in the first couple hours. You really,
Just
you set
throw it
that
on.
up. It's hard to tell. It can be, and especially you can use a
Hey,
smoke tube
can
in
you
with it.
fill us some ice right
So
here, please? Thank you.
it makes a difference. It really does.
Um, Marcus, I think I did. I said T-bone, no, T-bone, McNack, McDiggins, I don't, dude. I've been drinking now. I can't say it. Um. Oh, wait. Oh, you must have. He must have been talking about Lou Calamatas.
He's talking about Lou.
He was talking about Lou. Oh damn. I thought
Yeah.
he was talking about the dog. That's what I said. The dog's name. Um. Pepper's Farm remembers. Do you know the first origin of tailgating? I don't, but I'm sure with you being Canadian, it's probably gonna have something to do with hockey. Uh, hey, Susie said a reminder. She said, "Don't forget to hit that like button, family. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it." Speaking of greatly appreciate it, thank you. Oh, dude, I just wanted ice. I didn't say anything about water. Fill the cup with ice, please. No, thank you. Just pour the water out. All right, I just ordered a hybrid from Pits and Spits. Couldn't decide between offset and pellet. Saw Smoky Ridge barbecue review and ordered it. Nice, nice. How much has the DJI Pocket inspired you? Wait. Victor says, how much has the DJI Pocket inspired you to start doing more videos again? It's not that the Pocket inspired me. It's that. Thank you. If can I trouble you for some more ice, please? Thank you. It's not that the DJI inspired me. It's that because I have a camera that I can depend on, I'm wanting to film more. So it's not like, oh hey, the camera inspired me. It's not the camera. It's the fact that I can rely on
No,
this and
well,
I
now has the DJI given you almost the sense that you have a
thank
cameraman
you.
with it being able to
Um
follow you and whatnot?
so yes and no, but it's it's limited in what it can and can't do because I've been the last video you saw in the fish video, I used the active tracking,
Yep.
and in this video that's coming out tomorrow, I use the active tracking. The problem is the active tracking works best if you are behind the screen and can track it to keep it where it needs to be, if that makes sense. Because when I mean this screen is like an inch and it might be an inch and a half by an inch. Okay. So, and mind you, I wear glasses to see distance. I can't see this damn screen when I get more than 3 feet away from it. So, making sure that I am in frame, and usually the focus isn't a problem, it's within frame. I'm like, damn, I can't see it. So, like tomorrow's video, you'll see me doing different things, and I'm like, and of course, when I'm around my house, I don't need my glasses, right? I'm I'm reading a computer screen. Now, mind you, are the words on the screen a little blurry? Yes, right. But that's just me getting old, and I refuse to enlarge the text on my screen. That's self inflicted. I know what that is. Um, look,
Yeah.
I want to fit as much real estate or on the screen as possible, so I keep my resolution pretty high. But it's not that it's inspired me. I it's hard to I'm gonna say hard to explain, but I can depend on the camera. And because I can depend on the camera, I know that I can say, okay, hey, you know what? I keep the camera charged, I keep the batteries charged, I keep it ready to go, I keep it in this carrying case. Dude, I can fit this carrying case into my pants pocket, into the shorts that I wear or pants that I wear. This will fit into my pant pocket. So it goes with me everywhere. And then I put it in my I've got a like an over shoulder, one of those bags. I put it in there. So whenever we go different places, whenever we do different things, I'm taking it with me. And then I also have the Action 5, right? I'm getting to the point where I can trust it to film. Like there's a video that I'm filming. I am restoring a pull behind smoker. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. I am restoring a pull behind smoker for a fellow barbecue brethren or someone else, and I am I'm using it like exclusively. I'm not pulling out the good camera. I don't want the good camera in and around all of this dust and debris from the sanding. And I'm between just using the camera and time lapse is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some welding. I went out yesterday and picked up I got my um welding shielding gas tank refilled. So I'm going to be doing some welding on this thing, or I have to weld a new fire basket. So some welding, refinishing. I'm refinishing the entire outside of this cooker, and um, I'm trying to bring you guys along. We've had rain for the past 2 days, but when I brought it home, and on Monday I was able to get out, and I worked on it for 2 hours, two and some change, and I'm gonna say fixed, but I cleaned up like a quarter of it, if that. So I mean, I'm working on it. So I'm getting comfortable with the cameras. I'm getting comfortable with. It's not even comfortable with editing, but they're 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 drag and drop as far as pulling files off of the cameras. Um, the 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 Pocket 3, I pop the SD card out. I have a an adapter in my USB drive that the micro SD card goes into. Push that in here. The files come up. I save the files where I need to save them, and drag and drop, and then I post a copy or I make a copy and put it out to my network attached storage, so I have a second copy of it. And then the Action, because it has this cage around it, I would have to take the cage off every time if I wanted to pop the SD card out. So I just plug it directly into my laptop. It takes a little longer to transfer the files sometimes,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's a small price to pay. And actually, while I'm
Trust
sitting
me.
here,
I know.
yep,
Yep.
yep. So I'm going to look. Let's do this. Let's plug this in and let's see. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. Let's see if I can get the files to play. Sometimes the files are so big. One of the things is I'm filming in 4K, and because I'm filming in 4K,
Yep.
every minute of footage is a gig. Every minute of footage is a gig.
Yeah. It's huge.
And I mean, bruh, I want to
Yep.
say you have no idea. Um,
Yep. I
oh
do. I
shoot.
tried it.
And
I was
no,
like, I don't have room for that.
well, I purchased a. Hold on, let me see what size this thing is real quick. I can't remember. PC. It was a 30 terabyte.
Oh my goodness. No, I filled up one 4 terabyte, and I'm starting on another one. And
No,
oh
I
man,
feel this is 30 terabytes, and I have 10.8 terabytes free, so I have 15 terabytes full. And this isn't even all of the video footage that I have, because I have older cameras and or from older cameras like this. So I'm gonna say let's put this into perspective. But let me just tell you how much video footage I've gotten in the year and a half almost that I have the Osmo Pocket 3. 2.67 terabytes of video footage just from the Osmo Pocket 3, right? Then from the Action Pro 5, I have another, let's see, properties. That says 361 gigs. Now, the thing with that is the majority of those, let's say 361 gigs, a lot of it is time lapse, a lot more often than not. So did I turn this on? All right, there we go. Now I might be able to get to the file. I'm trying to pull it and see if I can start the, let's say start the video, but if I can play it, I might be able to show you guys some of the footage. Let's see, this one might be. Yep. All right. Oh, this was only. Oh yeah. All right. So I should be able to show you guys this footage. So give me a second here to switch this. All right. Actually, before I do that and show you footage, let me try to catch up on the comments. Can you smoke meat in a barbecue that uses wood? Say just as good or close to using a smoker. All right. So I'm if you notice when I talk about different apparatus around my house, I call them all cookers. Okay. I try not to get into the habit of saying this is a smoker and this is a grill, because those you can do one on the other. Okay. Can I smoke something on a grill? Yes. Can I grill something on a smoker? Sometimes yes. Okay.
mm,
With that being said, my trigger is a cooker, and there are times when I have it in a smoker mode, and there are times when I have it in a more of a grill mode. But to me, the trigger doesn't do very good grilling because it doesn't get hot enough, and that's been the gripe I've had with the trigger, from the beginning. Now my Weber kettle, can I grill in that? Yes. Can I smoke in that? Yes. My big green egg, duh. I mean, you can keep things down to 225 degrees, or you can run that thing up to 600 degrees. I won't say it doesn't care, but everywhere in between. I I can use the trigger as an oven, okay? And if I'm using it as an oven, am I grilling or am I smoking, right? Which way is it? So don't get yourself stuck in a rut by saying this is a smoker and this is a grill. Just it's a cooker. How you're cooking on it is just determined by the temperature and or the methodology of heat direction or deflection. Mm.
yep, I agree with that.
All right, so let's see. Octavian says I'm real close to buying an LSG Mini or Humphreys. I'm trying to narrow things down. I listen. I don't know which Humphreys or much about Humphreys. But I like my LSG. It is it's an American made thing by a small guy in Texas, and from what I understand, they are kicking ass. Not even what I understand, they are kicking ass and taking names. They are expanding, which is good. It's a good problem to have that they have had to expand, because I know I had to wait for 2.5 months when I ordered mine. I ordered mine in February and I didn't get it until May. And he, when I say he, Chris, and I think it is, that's not Goodyear. I'm trying to think what Chris's last name is. Oh, Good Lander. That's what his name is. I'm like, I know it's good something. But Chris is working, I won't say tirelessly, but he's working to get more orders out. And I mean, dude, I like it a lot. I like my Lone Star Grills cooker a lot. Recording is way harder than it looks. Sean says, "Yep." Sean has some firsthand experience. Let's see. Did you know you can pair your pocket via Bluetooth to your computer or tablet? That way you can see what it was doing. Yes. I do have and use the so I'm gonna say oddly enough, this past weekend I I rented my 5 foot grill table. So again, this is what I'm talking about when I say I have videos in the not even in the can. I have videos filmed. Okay, but filming a video is one part of it. Or coming up with an idea for a video is one part. Filming the video is another part. Editing the video is another part. And then getting said video on YouTube and everything else that comes with putting stuff on YouTube is another part. Okay.
Yep.
And then 5, the next part is going to be replying to comments and other things like that, good, bad, or indifferent. Right. With that being said, I rented my 5 foot grill table to someone this past Sunday. And when I rented it to him, I did a video. Hey, I talked about loading it up, or I loaded it up, and I talked about, getting it loaded up. That's taste tester number 2. Talked about getting it loaded up. I shot a video of me taking it to where I needed to, and I put the camera on the back of the car, and I monitored it from my phone in the car. Okay, making sure that it was in frame, making sure it was recording. But the problem, Victor, is I can't always pull out my phone and do something on my phone, especially when my hands are dirty or I'm trying to use both hands for cooking. So yes, I know that is a thing, but it's not always a thing. What up, Steven? How you doing this evening?
What up?
Steven.
What up? How is the volume
Brother
on my end?
Steven. All right. I got to get up.
All
I
right.
got to get up. You know why?
Oh boy. Oh, are you getting punching? Damn it.
Yep.
What is that teeny little bottle, Steven? That's cheating. That's a baby bottle.
Yeah.
He got this. Look, you know how they be talking about me with my squinty eyes. You got squinty eyes going on too. All right, so hold on. Let me get this. So Quentin says, hello, can you teach me how to cook brisket and also how much I should charge potential customers? Do you have a good resource for me to figure this out? I do, Quentin. I do have a video on how much you should charge. It is grossly outdated because it is probably 6 or 7 years old. Oh my gosh. Jimmy, are you trying to make me join you?
Well, how often do we get Brother Steven on here? And it was time to fix something. So, Brother Steven, you don't come on that I save it just for you.
I heard that.
Here we go.
No, it's all right.
Here we go.
Ooh, shoot.
That'll work right
Did you?
there.
Oh, all right. I guess I gotta. Here's my shot glass, and look, Jimmy.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I did the cup. I had ice in it, so I don't get to take a shot of pungent with my brother Steven too often. So when I do,
You include me too, huh? That's what you're saying?
might as well. That's right.
All right, so
That's right. Look,
salute.
see, he's ready. Oh yeah. That's been a while.
That has been a while. Oh man.
Woo.
Woo! I felt that one hit my tummy and then bounce out and like go all down my arms and legs.
Oh yeah. It just sort of. Ooh. Hello. Oh, he got the shirt on too. Look.
Oh yeah. That's what's up. Like I'm following it with a shot of energy drink here.
No, that's all I got over here. That's okay.
And some indigestion medicine.
Oh yeah, it's time for that, right? It's let's see.
So how is the weather on your end of on your end?
Bruh, it's been raining here for 2 days.
We about to send you some more too.
Damn it,
You
man.
you gonna
Yeah.
get it Friday night or
I was gonna say I
early
heard it's Saturday. Saturday.
Well, we have a big motorcycle ride coming up as a benefit for our kids' summer camp
Okay.
Saturday, and it's going to get out of here Friday night in time for that ride. So,
how many motorcycles do you have, Jimmy?
Me personally, right now I still have just one.
Oh damn!
I let two go. I let the Shadow go. I had a Shadow 1100, and my craziest was
the Hayabusa, right?
The Busa, yeah, and you know it's funny because I could take the helmet off in like a parking lot at where a bunch of bikes were gathered and whatnot, and they were like, "You
no way, that's
old,
yours.
You too old to be riding that." I'm like, put the helmet back on and say, "Come on and keep up with me. Let me show you." So, yeah. But yeah, that's just I probably was not going to live long if I kept that too very long because I get on the interstate with that, and you know how. Listen, I know Dash knows how that is. You get on an interstate.
Listen, let me tell you. I think I've told the story about how I got pulled over going in excess of 110 miles an hour on a motorcycle, and I mean, so when I first moved to Maryland, and I'm all right. Before I tell the 110 mile an hour, so I'm trying to catch up because I'm like 10 minutes behind in the comments. All right, so Quentin says he's kidding about trying to be a resource. That's just on one of his rants, so it'll be 50 minutes before he sees this. It's 10. First mention of the best cooker on the channel in months, the Big Green Egg. Oh man, what up, Chris? How you doing this evening? Exactly. If you want to join us, hey Meta, record a video. Yeah, use your freaking Meta glasses if your hands are dirty. The heck. All right. So the problem with the Meta glasses at Quentin, and it records vertically. I am a fan of 19:6 and not 16:9. Okay. So if you don't like that or can't appreciate that, then sue me. But I want, I want my video in 19:6 and not or 16:9 and not 9:16. All right, so let's see. Do you have a video of making homemade pepperoni, other sausage, meats, and smoking? So I do not have a video of making sausage. It is one of those things that I keep saying. I don't say eventually, but it is one of those eventually things. Everyone's face after the shot. It's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's so. In case you don't know, punching is an overproof rum. And do you see that there? It says 150 proof. Okay. It is not for the faint of heart. It is every bit of 150 proof. I drink usually 100 proof vodka or moonshine. That's what I'm sipping on typically. When you see these clear jars, they're not, it's not for the faint of heart. This is a vodka jar, okay? And it's 100 proof. And I'm almost finished it there. But I'm not playing games, and the punching is serious, okay? Hey, number 3, can you turn that off? Because it seems to be low. You hear it making noise? You have to come around the front. Yes. Can you turn the slushy John off? Yeah, off, because you hear it's making noise because it's so low. You have to press and hold the... All right, well then add more to it. I just don't want it to get messed up for it being too low. Um. So it's that shirt is so it's multiple X's in front of the L's. Yes. John says tons of rain there. His shirt is barbecue medium. Raining here for a month. Blah blah blah. Started the 803 iron rod on the road glide. Oh, Fat and Happy said he started with an 883 iron rod. Now he's on the road glide. All right. Let's see. The Humphreys and LSG Mini are not pellet cookers. They're insulated vertical smokers. I love my large Lone Star grills. I insulated vertical smoker. But for him, I would recommend LSG small or medium pellet. What's so funny, Jimmy? All right. I am caught up on the comments. Therefore, I can tell you this story. Okay. So when I first moved to Maryland, oh boy.
131.
Oh boy, look at Jimmy's face. Damn, it's hot. You gotta get you some ice, Jimmy.
Nah, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. That's got a totally different taste from the pungent.
Oh yeah. But duh.
That's corn. That's corn.
Liquor. That's liquor. You see that video where the girl was drinking? She's like, oh, what's it? She tastes it. She's like, oh, that's liquor. That's liquor. Liquor. I'm gonna have to find it now and incorporate that into some of my videos. That's liquor. All right. So look at Jimmy. He's still over there.
Hey, it's been a while since I've taken a chug like that.
All right. So real fast, when I first moved to Maryland, I met up with, I was just randomly, or excuse me, when I first moved to Maryland and I brought my motorcycle down to Maryland, I found a guy who was riding, and I was like, hey, I just moved down here. We were at a light. I just moved down here. Would love to, link up with some folks riding motorcycles. He's like, all right, follow me. I follow him. So we go to like a parking lot, and it was like 2 or 3 other folks. And he tells me about this social club. Okay. And the social club was called the Twist Club. So I became a member of the Twist Club, and it was a online web forum. And we used to talk and, talk about motorcycles and other BS all day long. Right. Now, mind you, this is when I was working at the bank. So there wasn't, people weren't in front of me all day long. So I could post on the web forum a lot. Right. So me and this other guy used to post a bunch, and we were like the top 2 posters. We had something to say about everything. Fast forward to every, let's say, Wednesday or Thursday night of the week, that we get together and we would meet at Starbucks. Where's Roger? Roger used to be a part of Roger. His username is non-rider because he was the one person who wasn't a motorcyclist that would hang out with the bike club. Okay. So he was non-rider. So I've known Roger for 20 plus years since I've been in Maryland. Right. They get together one night and they say, hey, we're going out for a ride. Right. I'm like, okay, well, where are we going? Now, mind you, I had been in Maryland for all of a month. Right. A month. I didn't know my way from, east, west, north, south. And this was before the days of GPS on your cell phone. If you wanted to get somewhere, you used a map. Right. Again, 20 years ago. So I didn't know where I was. Right. I'm like, if I need to go somewhere, I need to find out where it is I'm going. But anyway, one of these nights we get together, they're like, hey, we're going for a leisurely ride. I'm like, where? We're going up River Road. If you've been ever been on a river road, you know how twisty and turny said River Road is. And what up, Marlon? How you doing this evening? So River Road was just that. It was a river road, right? So we ride north on River Road, and it was, oh man, it was so cool. We were taking it easy. Before I started, they said we're gonna take a leisurely ride up River Road, down and then down 270 and come back here. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm cool. I grew up riding, I'm gonna say grew up, but I cut my teeth riding a motorcycle on the highway, right? So country back roads were new to me at the time, right? That whole leaning in and all of that. Oh, I had to get
Counter steer.
well, I had to get a
Counter.
counter steer at slow speed, okay? But I had to get accustomed to it, right? But anyway, so we ride up River Road. We're probably, 20 minutes, half an hour riding up River Road. And then they're like, all right, we're going to go out to 270. I'm like, what's 270? They're like, I-270, the interstate. I was like, oh, all right, the highway? They're like, yeah. I'm like, cool. My highway riding was like 65, 70. Their highway riding was 110 plus, right? Now,
Yep.
mind you, again, I'm on a 600cc Yamaha Yamaha FCR 600. So we get out to the highway, and they're like, all, and mind you, I was in the middle of the pack because I'm like, hey, I don't know where I'm going. I want to kind of be in the middle of the pack. So in case something happens, there's people behind me. Yo, everyone, everyone, everyone passed me, right? And I'm like, I don't know where the hell I am. I have to keep up with them because I don't know where I am. So what do? I get on it. I'm cruising too. So we're rolling down the highway and we pass a car. And I'm like, man, that car. I'm like,
It
oh,
had blue lights on it.
man, no, it was unmarked. It was unmarked. So look, non-rider, okay, well, I'm gonna say we'll tell you, but non-rider has the name non-rider because he was the only motorcycle or non-motorcyclist that used to hang out. So anyway, so Roger, I'm talking about, we went up road, and I remember posting this story on the forum, and it said, do you know you were traveling in excess of 110 miles an hour? That was the title of the thread. Oh, come on. Why am I blanking out? Can you guys still see and hear me? All right, there we go.
Good.
So, mind you, like I said, they're like, zoom, 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 zoom. I'm like, I got to keep up because I don't know where the hell I am. So I'm rolling and I'm tucked and I'm rolling. Mind you, I didn't know my running light on my motorcycle was out. I had been dealing with electrical gremlin on my, I don't even know, it was a 1992 Yamaha FCR 600 in 2003,
Not a
2004.
not
So
a
I was
jig-
dealing with what'd you say?
not a jixer.
No, I didn't like Jixers. I didn't like the riding position on on a Jixer. But anyway, I've been dealing with electrical issues and my running light had blown out, but my brake light worked, right? So as I'm rolling down the road tucked, I see a car and I'm like, oh, that don't look good. So I sat up and I let off, right? And I'm like coasting. And then something happened in front of me and I put on the brake. And when I put on the brake, that's when the cop saw me and he was like, right behind me, lit me up. I pulled right over. And I'm the guy's like, take your keys off, blah, 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 do this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I'm like this on a motorcycle, like this.
Yep.
I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems. So the guy approached me. My man ran up on me, and the first words out of his mouth, I swear, he said, do you know you were traveling in excess of 110 miles an hour on my highway? I said, sir,
Yep.
I said, no, sir, I did not know I was traveling that fast. I said, sir, I didn't even know this motorcycle could go that fast. I'm not even lying to you. So I'm standing there like this, and he said, why were you traveling so fast on my highway? And I said, sir, you can, and I'm like, my hands are still up the whole time. I'm sitting on the bike with the kickstand down, I'm like, sir, you can see from my license plate, I'm not from here. I just moved here. And I told him, I said, I've been here all of a week, sir. And I said, I met up with these guys earlier tonight, and they told me we were going on a ride. And mind you, my arms are getting tired at this point. I said, these guys told me we were going on a ride, and they took off on me, and I don't know where I am, sir. I needed to follow them so I could get back home. Hey, where are you from? I'm from Philadelphia, sir. Well, where do you live? I live in Silver Spring, sir. Well, why are you on my highway? Again, sir, I don't know where I am. Where am I? He's like, you're in Germantown, Maryland, blah, blah, blah. Sir, where's Rockville? That way. Okay. So if I keep going down the highway this way, I can get to Rockville? He said, yes. He said, then he went off. And I said, sir, I respect the law. I said, that's the reason why I stopped. I said, I'm lost right now. I really don't know where I am. And I stopped because I respect the law. I have family in law enforcement. I have an uncle that's a cop. I have a cousin that's a cop in Philly. I said, an uncle is a cop in Ohio, a cousin that's a cop in Philly. I said, sir, I respect the law. I've never run for the law. I will never run for the law. I will pull over and take my licks. He's like, well, I respect that. And what you need to do, he said, if you're trying to get to Rockville, go that way. Sir, yes, sir. Tell your friends that they better never come on my highway again, pulling shenanigans like that. Sir, yes, sir. Gone. I rode the brake the entire time I was within eyesight of him. Okay, so that brake light was illuminated. And when I got to the signs where I said I saw Rockville, I'm like, okay, I hope this is the one. And I got back to the Starbucks suite. I mean, Roger can tell you, I got back to that Starbucks and I was like, yo, I got a story to tell y'all. Now, mind you, I had been in Maryland for maybe a month, but still, I was still new to Maryland, and I genuinely did not know where I was. But
I don't know why, but with that bike, I would have crotch rockets pull up beside me on the interstate and
trying to do something.
Yeah, take off, pull up beside me and take off, like. And of course, you know how that worked out. It was like, no. Yep. It, and that thing was dangerous.
I see, Susie. Hardy har har.
Well,
I
thought Susie said she was coming on.
Yeah, right. She did.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
Where are you?
Susie, what you doing? She BSing us as usual.
I just don't know. Come on, Susie, you got to do better than that now. Don't tease.
Don't pump fake me, girl.
That's right.
All right. So hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh, will it? Let's see if this will play. This PC. This one.
Been on 5 times. Nah, I don't think Dash has missed that. No.
She has been on a few times, but I don't know about 5. But she's been on a few times. I'm trying to.
You have to stay there.
Oh, damn it! All right, so it's not going to. All right, I'm gonna have to share the screen. And can you guys hear the background noise from my house? The taste testers are watching a movie. All right, So let's see here. All right, so can you guys see that smoker there? Can you guys see this? You guys, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, hold on. Let me make it bigger. Put myself on the solo layout. Oh, this one. Full screen. There we go. All right. So real fast, this is a toe behind smoker, and this is a pretty common smoker. I don't know what the brand of the smoker is, but I feel like everybody and their mother has this like diamond plate, type smoker. But what I was saying is I was refinishing. I refinished this edge and this edge, and it took me 2.5 hours. So this is me just spraying the last little bit of it to put some high temperature paint on it. And I mean, I took some pictures of it. Let me see if I can get another video to play. Sometimes it seems like if the videos are too large, they won't play. There we go. All right, so this is, of course, like I said, I'm refinishing it. So this is that back panel. This is the grill side of the cooker.
Not me, Chris.
This is the grill side of the cooker, and I mean, I got my headphones on and eye shield on, and all right. So when I
not,
realized it,
not me. Neither.
what?
The Chris talking to Chris.
So refinishing this whole deal, trying to. So, but this video will come out hopefully in another week or two when I finish the whole thing. But it's coming together, which is good. My hands were killing me after vibrating this thing in my hand for 2 hours. But it starts to come out looking pretty good towards the end. So this is a high temp primer. Oh, actually I did it. If you can see, I tagged Dash in there, but it, of course. And then of course just a high temperature paint.
You're about 4 pictures in a picture.
Yeah, he has multiple layers on.
Oh. All right. Well, you guys get the idea. Hopefully you guys can see. Oh, no. Let's put me back. Exit solo layout. And I want to stop screen. Okay. Come on. Exit solo layout. Come on, why are we? This one? Oh, I done broke it. Let me try to figure out. All right. Well, until I can figure out how to change it to just here, this one. There we go. All right. Sorry. Well, like I said, so I'm filming another video of things going on. I've been.
Hey, Grumpus, what's up?
Grumpus.
Let's see. So funny, Q. So funny. This guy must be new. That smoker goes on forever. It is a huge smoker. Tasha's rolling screen looks like I'm looking into a mirror with a mirror, just tunneling. Sorry, I tried. Clean. Marlon. YouTube, Marlon. How's the landscaping coming? Yeah. Well, I couldn't see what y'all couldn't see, so unfortunately, sorry. Dash, we need a time machine backup of the Swiss Club shot. I know, dude. I wish we had a time machine. So we used to post. I'm gonna say the most random, like early internet forums were the best. Okay, before people had egos and knew it all. Okay, like the computer nerds were the ones who were on the forums and not just any person with the internet connection. And you know how you remember during COVID where there was that judge who was doing a Zoom call and he was like he had the cat face on, like the cat filter, and he was like, I can assure you guys I'm not a cat. I'm actually the judge and I'm not a cat. Before people got on the internet that didn't belong on the internet. That was that web forum. And bruh, I miss those days. Grumpus, what up, Grumpus? How you doing? Must be the liquor. I can neither confirm nor deny, okay?
What had happened was
What had happened was
We were fixing to take a drink of puncheon.
another one? You got another shot?
No, I'm still hitting the same one.
Oh. How much did you pour into your cup, Jimmy?
I don't know.
Oh boy. That said it all. He said
more than I needed.
Do you have to get up in the morning, Jimmy?
Of course. Of course. And you know what
Mm.
I'm going to be asked when I get there, right?
How was the live stream?
Yeah, I late did the dash keep you up last night. Oh,
Mm.
well, we were up probably till midnight.
What
You
had
know,
happened was
that's right.
that is the perfect use right there. What had happened was uh,
and and I won't blame it on Dash tonight. I'll say, well, you know, Brother Steven came on and the pungent comes out when Brother Steven comes on. So,
man, the punching was like, hey,
so
yo, Steven, I was at a wine festival over the weekend. It was a Caribbean wine festival. Man, let me
Okay.
tell you.
Which
So
which one of the islands?
all of the islands, yeah, all of the islands. There was somebody that was representing from all of the islands. Um, Trinidad and Tobago was there. Jamaica was there. Um, Antigua, the Virgin Islands. I mean, you name it. There were flags there from each of the islands. Every island was represented for sure.
Wow.
The West Indies, definitely. The whole the island massive was there for sure. Um, and what was crazy though is so you guys have heard me talk about the beer and bourbon or the beer bourbon and barbecue festivals I've been to before. And the whole thing is usually they give you a cup or a glass and you go around to all of the tables and you sample like liquor from everywhere. And there might be 40, 50 different tables. And at the 40, 50 different tables, you can try usually two or three different bourbons or whiskeys or whatever, right? Well, at this wine festival, it was a wine festival for this one particular wine vineyard. I almost say winery, but vineyard, right? So the vineyard is called Linganore, right? And it's Linganore um, Orchard or Vinery, whatever. But they had 4 dry wines and 6 sweet wines that you got to taste. So, mind you, there's like 1,500, 2,000 people all going to the same like place to taste wine. And you
wow.
go to taste the wine. So the lines were ridiculous, right? And even with the lines being ridiculous, the whole thing is you go to buy your wine to sit in the field where actually it was a hill to sit on the hill and listen to music. I was like, yo, this is a jip. This is not the type of festival I was used to. Now, mind you, was it a real chill vibe? Yes. We took a canopy out there, we took food out there, so it was just my wife and I. We had a good time sitting in the middle of nowhere in Maryland on a hill listening to Caribbean vibes, drinking under our canopy. And but the whole thing is like usually you go to these festivals or whatever, and you get a decent cup and you go to every single table and you're drinking. Nah, this one you sampled everything and then you buy your wine and go back to your seat. I'm
Oh.
like, this as much money as I spent on these tickets, I want y'all to get me drunk off your supply, not what I have to buy.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I was a little disappointed, to say the least, that it was not what I was expecting. But from what I understand, the fun or the is in coming together and linking up with other folks to be like, there was a canopy, and I keep saying tent, but it was a canopy in front of us. They had 3 10 by 10 canopies set up, and they had them all decked out together. They had an inflatable couch. They had like a mat that was acting as a rug. They had food set up on this corner, and then they had like cigars and the wine on ice in that corner, and chairs abound. And it was like 20, 30 people that were in and out of this canopy, or these 3 canopies together. I mean, I saw somebody that I won't say I grew up with, but I grew up with the girl's cousin, and the girl's cousin lived on my block in Philly, right? And when I saw her, her and her husband both had on Eagles gear. Susie, they had on Eagles gear, and I was like, "Oh man, yo!" I hear him because he was like, we were one row of canopies off of like an aisle. So as he's walking down the aisle, I'm hearing "Go Birds, go Birds, go Birds, go Birds, go Birds," right? And that got my attention, right? So I'm like, "Yo, who, you know?" And then I'm looking, and I'm like, "Ah." And I look at, so it was a guy and a girl, and the guy was walking in front of the girl, and I'm looking at the girl, and I'm like, "Why does she look so familiar?" Yo, I popped up from my seat, ran out, and was like, "Yo, don't you know?" She was like, "Yes, oh my gosh, blah blah blah." So we start talking about. So my neighbor, this guy, he lived. I lived at the top half of the block. He lived in the middle of the block, and he was 1 year my junior. So when I say he was my like nemesis, my like arch rival, we used to fight all the time. And the whole thing was he had a heart problem, and I never wanted to hit him because I was like, I could kill him. I'm going to kill him, right? I always thought that I was going to hurt him. So I never fought him. But he used to pickle me all the time. So anyway, but that was his cousin. So they, and I say they, the female cousin and the male cousin lived in like a ways away, but they used to come on our block and hang out with us all the time. So I knew them, and I grew up with them because they were always on my block, right? So when I saw her, I was like, "Oh my god!" I haven't seen her in, oh my god, I probably haven't seen her in 30 years, if not longer than 30 years. And I was like, "Yo, I know her. I know. I know." I was like, "I know you. Why do I know you?" And I was like, "Don't you have a cousin named Isaac?" And she was like, "Provident, yes, ah." I was like, "Oh, Keisha." She's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Bet." Oh boy, Johnny, look, Johnny, there it is. I left it. I won't say I left it sitting up, but it is there. It is working. Johnny, you missed it. I started off the night with a slushy in a jar. Man, it was delicious. It was delicious. But yeah, I saw someone from my block in Philadelphia that I hadn't seen in 30, 35 years.
Wow.
And then my wife saw someone that she went to college with, which was cool. And again, mind you, there are 1,500, 2,000 people that descended on this vineyard in the woods in Maryland in the middle of nowhere. And it was just like, man, it's a small world. But I was like I said, I was disappointed that I didn't get drunker from the wine. But like my wife was sitting there, and she was buzzed pretty good in from her tasting, but I was more full than I was intoxicated, and I was mad. Like, damn, I'm sitting here like like, damn, I'm full, but I was like, I'm not drunk. So and I went back up, and that was the other thing too. Where we set up our canopy, it was when I say it was a hike, it was a hike uphill to go to the tasting area. But it was pretty cool. That we I won't say met a lady, but this one lady, she sold us a case of wine for like 12 bottles for the price of 12, or excuse me,
Okay.
12 bottles for the price of 5. And I was like, what? so we have some wine left over. And I'm happy to say, Johnny, I saw that you can put wine, straight up wine, into this thing and make a slushy with the wine. So I will be, experimenting with that. I did put some liquor in it, and that when I say that liquor, I definitely got, me, and I don't have like low proof alcohol. It worked to freeze
And
the
you want to
liquor.
get drunk by wine.
Again, Steven?
I say, and you want to get drunk by
Bruh,
wine
I
when you
couldn't get
drinking,
drunk by wine, man. I couldn't.
you can't. When you only drinking 100 proof.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. Yeah, I know, and I know, Stephen. I have a tolerance, okay. So from what I found out, though, from the person who was sitting next to us, because this was the first time we'd gone, so she said every time I go, I always bring I always bring something extra with me. She had some pineapples that had been sitting she had them sitting on rum, and she was drinking out of her jar with the rum, the pineapple, like pineapple spears, and then she put some cinnamon in it. Yo, when I say I helped her pour it because she was trying to pour it and she was struggling a little bit. I said, "You want me to help you pour it?" She was like, "Yeah." She said, "Help yourself to some too." Say less. So I poured a little teeny bit into my cup, and I was like, "Ooh, this is fantastic." I let Mrs. Dash try it. She was like, "Oh my goodness." She was like, "Wow, this is great." So we figured, I'm gonna say figured out, but we found out what she did, and I will be doing that for sure. Hey, before I forget, usually I try to give you guys this link in the second hour before we're done. So I'm gonna give you the link to tomorrow's video. Um, Definitely go ahead and check it out. It is a, I'm gonna say a comparison, but a taste test to try to determine which type of ribs my wife and taste tester number one like more, some baby back ribs or some spare or St. Louis spares from Butcher Box that we got from Butcher Box. So you guys definitely check that out at a later time. Finish here on the live stream. Oh, speaking of here on the live stream, shout out to the replay gang. So if you haven't already and you are watching in the replay, please leave a comment, replay gang, down below. Oh, I'm like, yo, I know that, but that's a koozie. I'm like, I know that insignia. What kind of beer is that, Steven?
Oh, this is
Is it Carib
a
or is it
medical.
something else?
It's Caribbean.
You're muted, Steven. Ah, so what is that? That's not the regular Carib.
No, this is called Caribbean.
You're Steven, you're
You not hear me?
Caribe? Caribe? That's not
Yeah.
Carib. That's
No,
that's not
no,
normal
no,
what I'm
that's
used to
not Caribbean.
seeing.
No, this is different.
I can't hear
me
you,
now?
Steven. Can you hear me, Jimmy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
is
You're
it me?
clear. We do have a rumble though.
All right, let me see if I messed up my sound. No.
Just hold on.
All right. How about now, Steven? I'm sorry. Jimmy,
It was
I can't
Steven.
hear you either.
You don't have me now?
No, I can't hear you. Damn it! What did I do? Let's mute and unmute. How about now, Jimmy?
I should be here. You hear me?
No, I can't hear you. All
How
right,
about
Jimmy,
now?
try again.
How about now?
Nope, I still can't hear you. Oh my gosh.
Well, let me look. I don't think you had. See
Shoot.
that I'm muted.
I did something, I guess. Oh, all right. It was me. It was. I must have muted. I think I muted the tab when I clicked off of it and clicked back on. I must have clicked the mute. All right, there you go. I can hear you now, Jimmy.
I'm back. Okay.
All right, Steven's back. All right, I'm sorry, Steven. That was me. I apologize. When I clicked off and clicked back on the tab, I must have clicked mute. All right, so what is it called? Is it Carib?
Yeah, you hearing me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, it's called Caribbean.
Caribbean. Okay. So they were like, all right, we know there's Carib. We're gonna put an E behind it with an accent,
Yeah,
apostrophe.
Yeah, this is from one of the other, I think St. Lucia, one of the other islands, but it has different flavors though. It has like pineapple.
So it's like a
Then-
cooler,
yeah.
like a wine cooler.
Something like that. Yeah. But this one is this is the rosé.
Oh, fancy. Ooh. Do you carry it in your purse, Steven? Yeah, the rosé. Look, man. Look, Steven. I need a new sticker, dog.
I have to make some new stickers later on this year. Just for me to go and check a friend of mine's and he'll do them for me. I usually print like 100.
All right. Well, one is earmarked for me, and I'll pay you for it, like for real.
No, that's no problem. Don't worry about the money. The money is no problem. Then that's nice. That's not a problem.
Hey, me too, Steven. I don't think I've ever had one of yours.
Oh, Jimmy, you didn't get any? No.
I don't think I've ever had one, and I've got a place right here.
Okay.
It'll go right
Where's
there.
the Still Drum Smoker sticker?
Uh,
I know you got one of my stickers.
I've got a dozen cups that have Steel Drum Smoker stickers on them, and Mo Butter Baby
Mo
stickers,
Butter Baby, yeah, buddy.
and you know, yours is the only sticker that rode around. It actually made it about 6 months on a patrol car right around. I had it on the rear driver's side window on a patrol car.
Really?
Yeah, it rode around. I guarantee you 6 months before
Bruh.
somebody else took it off the car. I don't know who took it off.
Man, nah. So hold
yeah.
on. Susie said, Dash, did you see Grumpus was in the hospital Friday? No, I did not see that.
That was Victor.
Well, I know Victor was in the hospital, and that's he said the grandkids. Yeah, for the grandkids. That's what I needed it for.
Yeah, Victor said he had a small stroke.
Yes. Let me just tell you. I received a text message from Victor that said, apparently, I had a stroke on Friday. This is what I received on Sunday. I'm like, what the hell, dude? He's like, apparently, and then he told me the kind of the whole story. So I'm out on the range, like waiting on bated breath for Victor to finish typing. I see 3 dots, and I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, he told me the whole story, and I was like, bruh, I am happy that you are here. Strokes are no joke.
Nope, they will take you out. Quick.
Yeah. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like Johnny says, Jimmy's fine. Dash effed up something. I did. I use Firefox. Anyone else use Firefox out there as their web browser? Okay, I've been using Firefox since forever. And you can mute the tab. When I clicked back to the tab, I must have hit the mute button inadvertently. So yeah. Yeah. So Susie, Victor, just like Jimmy said, Victor had I won't say minor, but he had a small stroke, and he was somewhere where someone knew what to look for, and they rushed him to the hospital quick, fast, and in a hurry. And he is, I want to say, none the worse for wear. All right, so he said, I got to go to bed. Doctor's appointment tomorrow. Jimmy, I love you talking about the sticker on your car. And he said, good night, all. Yeah. Look, this is why I like Grumpus. Grumpus is Firefox since version 1. My dog, okay? Man, let me see. What version is Firefox on currently? Let's go to help. About. It says Firefox 131.0.8. Bruh. Bruh. I have been on Firefox for a long time. And you know what was crazy, Grumpus? I was on Firefox to the point where I saved my profile, and I used to carry my profile on a thumb drive because before it got to the point where it would integrate, like you would log in and you could sync your profile between different devices. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Grumpus. Woo. Grumpus said, I gave up Netscape for Firefox. Damn, Grumpus. I know I can't claim that. Like, I'm trying to think. Back. That is way back. But I think I've been using Firefox probably for 20 plus years. Like, I use Firefox. I know for sure I used Firefox when. Oh, you know what? I started using Firefox when I was teaching computer stuff. That's when I got into using Firefox. Because it was open source. So when I was learning Linux, oh my gosh, my teacher, her name was Susie. She told us about Firefox, and it's like ever since then. So probably almost 20 years I've been using Firefox. Look, yes, I can. Said Netscape. Damn. Damn. So you can tell who's been around the internet, okay, the interwebs, because those folks who know what Netscape is, not even if you know what Netscape is, hold up a CD, okay? Hold up a CD if you know what Netscape is, because Netscape came on a CD, okay, a CD-ROM that you got in the mail that you had to input into your computer and then navigate to the D drive, which was the disk, okay, to the D drive and run it in order to install it onto your machine. So, yeah, I'm old school like that too. Definitely. Huh. Grover says, I sure miss BBS and dial up. Not so.
Really?
When you say BBS to me, like I'm thinking of the wheels, okay. Um, but what is BBS that you're referring to as far as computers? Because I can't place that acronym BBS. But dial up, bruh, man, that. Oh, so growing up, we had two phone lines at my house, and my phone was the one that we used for the internet because my mom, like, if I was on the internet, my mom couldn't be bothered to not be able to receive phone calls, so we had a second phone line in our house. And when I say, that internet sound, mm, you knew. Bulletin board systems. Oh, all right. See, I was never really on bulletin boards. Like, I mean, I was on like WBS web. It was like web broadcast system. WBS. Yeah, chat rooms back in the day. Roger said I go back to the days of CompuServe and Prodigy, bruh. I remember the CompuServe. It used to be in Gaithersburg, Roger. No, not CompuServe. It was Gateway Computers. They had a Gateway store right above or just north of where I worked. Where I worked at the it used to be Allfirst in Gaithersburg, but then it turned to M&T. But there was a Gateway store up the street. So yeah, I remember those. Oh, BBS equals DOS. I mean, DOS equals DOS for me. I mean, I go back to DOS 3.1, but a lot of colleges ran BBSs. Okay, I've been around since crun.exe. Yo, I still use command line to this day. It is it is a skill that is going away. The way of the dodo, for sure. So actually, tomorrow I have to do antivirus updates, and when I do the antivirus updates, I log into servers and I change directory and I start typing in and press tab, start typing in the directory, press tab, and then I type in the file name that runs the exe, and I have a batch script that pulls the file that I've copied to each of the domain controller servers, and I use command prompt every week, once a week, command prompt. Yes, Kansas. Actually, I use basic programming. I never was a programmer. I hated programming. Give me something that like needed to be taken apart to be fixed. I was your guy. Yo, the screwdrivers and taking apart stuff, man. Grubbin says I back up all work data with a batch file I wrote 20 years ago. So Grumpus, all right. So Grumpus, I know you haven't done a video in a while, okay? But so when I take videos with the with the Osmo Pocket 3 and the Action 5, okay, there are a few different video file types. So here, actually, let's present. So let's share screen. Let's see, share this one. Allow. All right, so you guys can see this file, right? This folder. So you see their LRF. So LRF stands for low resolution file, and then MP4s are videos, and then the WAV files are sound. So these LRFs, right? I take these and I put them in a folder full of other LRFs, the low resolution files. And the low resolution files are really just there to, like, if I were editing anything on the camera or in the software, like that, I would transfer to my phone. And then the MP4s and the waves, I'm going to put them in a file, a folder of the Action 5 camera, or a folder. Boom. So let's see. You guys can't see this, but it's 4 gigs of data that I'm transferring right now. And the majority of that is just video file. I mean, just time lapse, and there's a couple videos there, but that's pretty much it. So that's how I do it, and I keep debating creating a batch file that's going to look into the folder to move that stuff for me, so I don't have to physically copy and paste or cut and paste those files. So. Let's see. We were 12 years old when the first PC. We were 12 years old when the first PCs from Radio Shack. Listen, I have a picture of me back in the day in footy pajamas playing Hubert on a Commodore 64 that I had to put the 5.5-inch floppy into the floppy drive, navigate to the drive, and run the program Qbert. Like, my mom wrote down the instructions on how to, CD, blah, blah, blah. I had to type this in, press enter, and then run.exe, enter. And that was how I played Qbert. Now, I wasn't there for a TRS-80. I had a Commodore 64. Like I said, I vividly remember this picture, because when I saw the picture later in life, I was like, oh my gosh, I remember playing the computer. Yeah.
We had an Apple IIe, and we really thought we had something when we got that.
Man. So that was the one with the green and brown screen, right? We had those. They weren't Apples, they were Macintoshes, actually.
Yeah.
It was a Macintosh. Because I had those in elementary school, and my computer teacher, his name was Harold Russell. Okay, Mr. Russell. He was a flaming. He was flamboyant before flamboyant was a thing.
Yeah.
Right? Mr. Russell. I vividly remember playing Oregon Trail on the 2GEs. The Macintosh 2GEs with the green and brown screen, or green and black screen. That's what it was, green and black. Oregon Trail, I couldn't wait to get to computer science class so I could play Oregon Trail. And you were doing something if you survived and made it to California for the gold rush, or San Francisco, before the period ended, which was like 45 or 48 minutes long. So yes, I died many a time of dysentery. Let's see. My high school had room for a room full of TRS-80s. Yeah, I can imagine. Yep. So they weren't apples; they were Macintoshes. Macintoshes back in the day. It didn't turn into Apple until later. Uh, we also had terminals. We dial into a mainframe at another high school. Holy cow! Mm, yeah, putting computers into schools. That's when Apple took over the world. Yeah, brilliant. It really was. It really was. They gave them the computers at a discount. So you know what's so funny? So Jimmy, you can attest to this. Um, how Apple got into schools is how Glock got into police departments.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
Because I mean, apples was not the best thing out there. And you know, I used to be a drinker of the Kool-Aid of Dell, kinda, until when I ordered a Dell and they screwed me over, and I was like, I'm never buying a Dell again. So I've been
Oh,
all right.
I remember the family business had a Burris machine that had 4 workstations. It had one main computer and 4 workstations off of that, and
Man,
that was something. Oh my goodness! And
I'm
my
I'm gonna
watch
go
has
get a
more.
snack. I'll be right back.
My watch has more processing than that now. So
we our laptop so mal Nevo.
yeah, it's changed a lot.
Yeah,
It has changed a lot. We've actually seen a lot of things change in our lifetime. It is,
that's that is for sure.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
for sure.
But
Look,
hey, a lot for the good and a lot not so much. So
exactly. So yeah, just have to kind of like balance it.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Well,
Yeah,
it is.
gone of the days of taking photos and kind of to the studio to get it clean and get it developed and all them things. So
Yeah, Grumpus, you're right. You're right. That and my goodness, these phones that we're so tied to now, if they'd had that much processing power when they went to the moon, I don't know what they would have done. So
Do you guys? Okay, I don't know. Do you guys have these where you are? Tasty cakes, the candy cakes.
can't remember seeing it
I
on
don't
Candy
remember seeing.
Islands.
Oh man, this is a Philadelphia staple right here. So tasty cake. Let's see. Yep. So
Yep.
in Philadelphia. So when I first moved to Maryland, I couldn't get tasty cakes. We used to drive back home, or when we went back home, we would bring tasty cakes back to Maryland. Same thing with Stroman. Stroman is a bread company. You couldn't get Stroman in Maryland. We used to buy like loaves of bread and bring them. But anyway, these candy cakes were on sale at the market today. So I'm like, I'm getting some candy cakes. I usually don't get them because of course they're full of sugar. But the key is if you can get the tasty cake candy cakes in the peanut butter ones, use the peanut butter. Put them in the freezer. Man, just
Yep.
like a cake, peanut butter, and then chocolate, enrobed in chocolate. Mm. You guys carry on. Mm.
Well, unfortunately, I've developed a second reason for not doing sugar, so
Mm.
I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good with that.
Me too, but damn,
Yeah, I
honestly,
know.
every now and again.
I know.
Mm.
I know. Well. Hey, sugar.
Uh-huh.
You got to.
I already know, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
I'm gonna pick my poison.
That's
Okay.
exactly right. That's what I'm doing. That's hey, when the doctor said, "Okay, you can eat or drink anything you want," I said, "Thank you, sir. That's all I needed to know." It had been a while, so
You know that saying YOLO?
yep, that's right.
Mm.
That's right. So,
At some
but
point, you have to enjoy your, I don't say your life, but your quality of life. So,
that's right.
mm.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, um, you 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 pick your poison, I guess.
Indeed, indeed.
Pick your
I mean,
poison.
I'm not gonna eat the whole box of these things because I know better. But, but I know that within moderation, I can say, okay, I'm going to take care of a couple of
Yeah,
these candy cakes. Oh,
well, and really, what's funny is um, my GP is the one that's been monitoring that, and that has me on what I'm doing. I have not seen that guy in months. I've seen a
okay.
lot of doctors, but not this
Mm-hmm.
one. and,
Well, that's good.
and I'll have to go back when the prescriptions run out.
Oh yeah,
But right
that's how
now,
they make their money.
exactly, exactly. So
Mm.
that
Damn, Dave, what up, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. Finally get to catch a live feed. I smoked some deer tenderloin the other day and turned out fire. My first try was a little dry, but I nailed the second. He says so soft and tender and good flavor.
what's happened to Marlon? He's come on. I've seen him. Well, there he is in the text. Where you
I don't
been?
know.
Where you been, Marlon? We ain't gotten to talk to you in a while.
Hold on. He could probably be like, I don't have the link. Hold on. I'm getting a link for you right now.
Marlon hadn't come on. Susie said she was coming. I haven't seen her. Uh,
Susie said she misspoke or mistyped, and she was talking about you, Jimmy.
she was talking about me. Hey, we can watch her Christmas lights out in the back. Talk to her at the same time.
Yo, these things right here, Marlon said, what the hell is a candy cake? It's, it's deliciousness. Okay. Marlon, I'm sure you know somebody or can find somebody that's from Philadelphia. Ask them about Tasty Cake. It is a Philadelphia thing.
Hey, Susie, I do like your lights. I just don't get to see them often.
Nope. I'm just going to be quiet. I guess I can't say that you're going to eat the whole box of that. No. I had 2 packs. That was 4 of them. There's 12 in the box. That is, I won't say my limit, but that is more than enough. Marlon said YOLO is not true. You only live once. You live every day you wake up. The true line is YODL. You only die once. Yes, Marlon, you are absolutely correct. Do you like my lights?
Good. Don't you like my lights? I do. I
always,
just don't get to see them. I just don't get to see them.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Look, I'm gonna. There's a last little splash in my jar. Like, let's just splash that into my cup, and then put the energy drink behind it. It is
Well,
11:19, and we are still talking.
hope,
Yeah,
hope,
Jimmy, this might be a midnight night.
Yeah, it works that way sometimes.
hopefully I'll get a
Mm.
video out next week.
All right, that's what's up.
Hopefully.
Cause I'm hoping it'll be so tasty.
I don't have the video lined up. It edit out. It's just to do the voiceover now. So
Okay, all right. Well, let me tell you something, Steven. You are, I won't say a master, but you are masterful at doing the voiceover because I've done voiceovers and I despise doing the voiceovers. There's always a noise, there's always something going on, there's always a mess up. How many times on average do you film your voiceovers, or do you like stop it if you have to?
no, I usually stop. I do my voiceovers according to the clip.
Okay, okay. So that makes
So
sense.
so
So
what
you have
usually
natural breaks
yes,
in the clips, yeah.
so usually what happens, like, according to how long the clip is, I may speed it up like 1.3, 1.2 to work together with the voiceover. So
Okay,
it wouldn't seem like a delay.
okay, okay. You could always talk faster.
Well, that too, but then nobody will understand me. So
Nah, man. Listen, let me tell you. So when I listen to folks in that speak with accents, I have to slow it down to 1.5%. Because if I have them, normally almost everything I watch at 1.75 or 2x,
me
right?
too.
But if folks are, um, I turned it off. Well, I turned it off because it was so low. I was just gonna drain it. I didn't want it to sit on. Yeah. So take everything out and then clean it up, please. Um. Oh, maybe I should get some more. I don't need the extra sugar. Anyway, so and you know what's crazy is because of the fact that I have the YouTube. It used to be called YouTube Red or whatever, YouTube Premium, on my phone, on my mobile device. I can speed things up to like 4x.
Wow.
So if somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
So if somebody is doing something, I can speed it up. Right? If I'm watching somebody build something or weld something or make something, and unless they're talking, I can speed it up, and then I'll slow it back down when they start talking. But the only people I really have to like slow down to 1.5 is someone that's speaking with an accent, because the accent just doesn't it doesn't translate. Like it runs too much together when it's sped up too fast.
I understand.
But I understand you. I mean, but I also, I
No,
won't say I grew up
like
around a few Caribbean folks. So,
when I do my voiceovers, I actually try and talk a bit slower.
uh, listen, don't talk slower on my accord. Talk like you're gonna talk, okay? Because I don't know, man. Like I tell you, just try to talk normal, and have people listen faster than you talk slower. If that makes sense.
It has some videos I watch in 2x, and they
Mm-hmm.
sound normal.
Mm-hmm. So the reason I told you, I've said this before. There's a guy that I watch, and he's a drifter, but he talks like this normally. Everything he says is so slow because he's from California, and he's so laid back, and he talks just like this the entire time. So that's when I started speeding up his videos. And when he sped up his videos, he started talking like this. And I was like, damn it, yes, this is how I need to watch him. Because I can't watch it. I can't stand to listen to him talk in real time. He talks too slow. Now, there is a difference in enunciating and speaking to the point where someone can understand 100% of the words that you're saying. That's different than talking at like half speed. He talked at like half speed whenever he spoke. So when I sped him up to 2x, it sounded like normal.
No.
So I started watching everything and him in 2x, and then it was like, oh my god, this is the cheat code. This is the unlock. Yo, I unlocked something fantastic, and it's funny. So taste test number 2 the other day, because I watch I don't know if there's anybody who watches Philip DeFranco. Like I watch Philip DeFranco pretty much on a daily basis, and I watch Philip DeFranco who speaks fast. He speaks fast.
Yeah, that's something you can speak real fast.
Man. So he speaks fast. So I have to
Slow
I put him at
down.
1.75%, and then there are times where I'm like, what the hell did he say? And I have to go back and I put him at 1.5, right? But he talks so fast that if I ever met him in person, I probably would think that he's talking slow as hell because I only watch the videos at 1.75. So it's funny. Taste something too the other day, and this was like late last week, early this week. He said to me, he said, I wonder what would happen. Basically, he was like, I wonder what would happen if you met him in real life and talked to him because you only watch his videos sped up. Would you really know how to talk to him because you only watch his videos sped up? And I'm like, I probably would have a fit. But I watch everything sped up. Like even listening to audiobooks, I speed them up because I'm like, they're talking too slow. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Tasty cake reminds me of Friday, or is it hoe cakes? Wow. Susie, good golly. All right, so let's see. Dave was talking about his tenderloin, his venison tenderloin. It cooks fast, about 1 to 2 hours, depending on how much meat. At 225, and if you want an internal temperature, it'll be 130, 140. Oh boy, was that more punching? So I aim for 135, realizing the best to smoke it rather than straight dry rub is marinate it as it needs moisture for it to do its thing. My guess is because it's how lean the meat is, so I used it and rubbed it, and it came out so much better. So, Dave, I would even tell you to cook it to 130, and that the temperature or the cooking will carry over, and it'll add probably another 3 to 5 degrees in carryover temperature. So your next one, try to cook it even, I'm gonna say even lower, but to a lower temperature. And then once it hits like 130, maybe 132, pull it and let it sit and rest. And there will be some residual carryover, and see if that's a little better. Because if you cooked it to 135, it might have carried over to 137, 138, or even 140. Even though you said it was good, you know, there's sometimes always room for improvement. And if you undercook it and it's not there, you can always cook it more to your, you know, desired doneness, if you will. But you know, of course, you can't take cooking away. you can't uncook it. You know what I mean? You can't uncook it.
That's for sure.
Man. So Susie says, "Yay, midnight tonight. Let's go." I don't know, Susie. If you don't join, Susie, you have to join us on the live stream. We're gonna protest. We're there's 2 minutes until 11:30 Eastern. If Susie doesn't come on within the next 2 minutes, we're gonna end the live stream at 11:30. We're 2 minutes, right, Jimmy? 2 more minutes, and then Steven, 2 minutes, and then we're done. If Susie doesn't join us, we're done. We're done.
She gonna join us. She will. She's not gonna let me get away on Wednesday night without seeing her Christmas light.
Yes, I can. It's not true. Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue died twice. Shoot. This weekend, the wife and I are watching Brewster's Millions and My Blue Heaven, two movies she has never seen. Brewster's Millions, wasn't that the one with Richard Pryor?
Yep. Yep.
Man,
Where he had to spend a certain amount of money and couldn't tell anybody.
yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? Another good Richard Pryor movie, wasn't it The Toy?
Yep. That was one too.
Man, that was a good movie.
Yep.
Let's see. When I study,
Then
I have YouTube on 1.5, and I listen to it while studying, listening to a video on my tablet or reading. She says the only way my brain may be kind of off. I need multi-sensory stuff. That's a woman thing for sure, because there's no way. Like when I need to focus on something, I need to focus on it. Like if I have music on and I'm doing my work, like punching numbers, crunching, doing whatever, I will completely, even if there's music playing, I will completely block it out, even though it's playing, while I work on whatever it is I'm doing.
have you ever
Are you-
seen the video, The Nothing Box? I think it's Grinder, Dr. Grinder explains the difference between men and women's brains. It's called The Nothing Box.
Men's brains and women's brains with Mark Gungor.
Yeah.
All right.
The Nothing Box. Yep.
All right.
That's-
You guys? Oh, you guys won't hear the audio, so I'm gonna listen to it later. Because if I can't, I'm not gonna be able to watch it with you guys won't hear it.
He explains it thoroughly.
All right.
He does.
Marlon said the toy did not age well. Just saying. I listen to Yo Music while reading a book. What is Yo Music, Roger?
Uh-oh. She missed her 2 minutes.
I know. Look, she says, "Why are you shaming me?" I'm pretty sure it was Friday. It was called the Dad Eating Hoe Cakes.
I thought I remembered every line of Friday. I don't remember about
So
the whole
Roger said he listens to music while reading a book, not Yo Music. Okay. I was like, Roger, what is Yo Music, yo? Because I say yo all the time, yo. Oh my gosh. So when I was 16, okay, I'll say I vividly remember, but I was like, actually, I was older than 16. I was 17, 18. I worked for Model Sporting Goods. So if you've ever heard of Model Sporting Goods and know of Model Sporting Goods, I used to work at a Model Sporting Goods. And they used to have lines, I won't say taglines, but it was from New York to about DC, maybe New York to Richmond, Virginia. They were on the East Coast, and it was a big sporting goods store. So think of Dick's Sporting Goods, but it was Modell's Sporting Goods, right? The Modells owned the company, but anyway, they were from New York and very, very New York, right? But they had the tagline was "Gotta go to Moe's," right? Gotta go to Moe's, gotta go to Modell's, gotta go to Moe's, Modell's Sporting Goods, right? So, so I worked at Modell's for 3 years, and the store that I worked at, we had one of our managers, or like it was a thing where they used to have 3 managers at each store, and one of our managers was. Something happened to one of our managers, so they sent the manager from a New Jersey store to where I was, right? and the guy that came over poached me to go back to his store in Deptford, New Jersey. So he's like, "Oh man, I'll give you a raise. I'm gonna pay you X number extra. I'm gonna pay for your tolls because going to Ennis, New Jersey, you had to pay a toll to go across the bridge." And it was something else that he was like, "Oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do the third, right? Do the other." So, mind you, I'm all of, let's say 18 years old, and I'm working in a whole nother state and like everything else that was going on. But it was cool because I'm like, yeah. So, but he used to, hold on, shaming me. So when I worked in New Jersey, me being from Philly, I used to say yo a lot, right? Yo, everything was yo this, yo that, yo the other. And the girls that I worked with that were from South Jersey, they were like, "Don't call me yo. Don't you yo me." And I'm like, "Yo, it's nothing personal. Yo, it's just what I say. Yo, I'm from Philly. That's yo, that's how I talk." Right? They used to be like, "Don't yo me." Like, I'll never forget this girl, Letitia Fentress. Yo, she was about to fight me because I yo'd her one too many times. And like, "Yo, what are you doing? Yo, it's not in person. Yo, chill." And I'm like, "I'm not calling you yo. It's just what I say. Yo, like, stop. Yo, chill." And she was like, "Stop calling me yo." I'm like, "I'm not calling you." I'm like, "Yo, I'm not calling you yo, I'm just saying yo." Like, yo, we almost came to fisticuffs in the middle of the store. And I'm like, "Yo, chill." Like, yo, I'm not, yo, I'm like, "Yo, I'm not calling you yo. It's just how I start every sentence. Like, yo, this is how I start a sentence." You know what I mean? She was hot. Hot. Like, she was so mad. And I'm like, "Yo, it's nothing against you. It's just how, yo, that's how I start a sentence. Yo, that's how I start a thought. Like, I can't not say, you know how people like look, taste tester number 3. She's right there. She'd be like. So there'll be a point where, and Jimmy, I'm sure your grandkids, your granddaughters,
Absolutely.
they go through a phase where like is the way they start a sentence. And that was how I started the sentence. It was yo. And I was trying to explain. I'm like, but trying to explain while using the word she hates she thinks is directed at her. I'm telling you, when I say she was about to fight me, and what was crazy is I'm all of 6 foot, probably 250, 300 pounds, and she's all of like 4'11", 98 pounds. And she was going to whoop my tail. Okay. If I said yo one more time, I'm like, "Yo, stop, yo, you tripping. I don't like, what's wrong with yo?" She was like, "Why everything gotta be yo? Why yo this, yo that, yo this, yo that?" I was like, "Yo, that's just how I talk." I'm like, "Yo, that's just how I talk." Oh my gosh. Look, look. He said, "Yo, yo, yo, homie." Roger said, "Fat fingers and small phone keyboard." Oh, I feel attacked, Roger. I feel attacked. Let's see what Susie's. Hold on, yo. Let's see what Susie's excuse is, yo. "I'm sorry, y'all. Jimmy, I'll be here next week if you, Steven, and Q will join." And she put stipulations on it. Mm. Look, Marlon said, "I'll be on June 11th." That's like a couple weeks from now,
it's beginning to sound like we got to bribe people.
right?
I mean,
Susie said, I stand corrected. I believe it was Hollywood Shuffle with the hoe cakes. Listen, I've seen Hollywood Shuffle. Speaking of, I met Robert Towson in a at if you guys have ever heard of Ben's Chili Bowl in DC. I met Robert Towson, and it was funny because I was with a friend of Angela's, no less. So a friend of Angela's, and she always calls me a friend stealer because I stole her friend Clyde. But we went out and we were in DC, and I saw him, and everybody was like, "Yo, is that Robert Towson? Is that Robert Towson? Is that Robert Towson?" I went up to him and was like, "Hey, man, I'm a big fan. You know, loved your work and I think I told him whatever movie. At the time, it was like Meteor Man or something. And he was like, "Oh man, cool, thanks. You know, blah blah blah." And I went back to the table, but no, everybody else was afraid to talk to him. So, Susie, number 3. She's got headphones in. Takes us to number 3. Susie said, "What's up, Cookie?" Can you see her waving? Go ahead, wave again. She's waving, Susie. Yeah. All right. So we got 20 minutes until midnight. This is I won't say the longest live stream we've been on in a while, but I finished. Oh wait. I finished my. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get a text message from Jimmy in the morning, like it'll be incoherent, like just letters. It'll be incoherent letters. All right, Susie, come on. All right, so I need somebody else to join us. Someone has to be brave enough.
And Marlon. Now, I mean, we're adding to the list. I mean,
yeah, Marlon been BSing us too.
I would be on. I'm listening to you, watching on my TV. Both TVs doing alert training.
So, Jimmy, what's the next cook?
That's a good question.
His next cook is already done. Come on now.
Actually, yes, I do have 2 in the can. I've been trying to stay at least a couple ahead. Let's see. This weekend will be Jack Daniel's chicken wings.
You know what, Jimmy, is funny, and you'll relate to this. I saw a Vortex. I was out and about, and I saw a Vortex somewhere, and it was on discount. And I was like, "Damn, when was the last time I used my Vortex?"
Yep. Hey, when I do party ribs, I use it.
Oh yeah.
I use it every time.
All right,
I've gotten to where my bunch loves party ribs. I mean, you know, I cut them up into singles and season them, and then put them around the Vortex. I can get 2 full ribs.
2 full racks.
Yes, on the Weber kettle when I do them, and they love them. Of course, I've gotten to where I don't sauce them or anything. They just dry rub with and
let them roll.
That's right.
So I want to say, funny you said that. You mentioned that, Jimmy. So tomorrow's video is Baby Backs versus St. Louis Spares. And I didn't sauce them either. So it was my wife and taste tester number 1. They had the ribs, and I'm gonna say the outcome was surprising. Excuse me, for me or to me. But we'll you guys will have to see tomorrow.
Yeah. As Susie's talking about, Susie had watched some of my older videos, and she made the comment she didn't even recognize me in some of the older videos.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Oh
that's
yeah.
why every time I talk about it, I that's that disclaimer. Like, okay, this was an old video.
Yeah.
Don't hold it against me because my older videos, I'm gonna say they suck, but they are a far cry from
Oh,
now.
I cringe when I watch some of my older ones,
I don't
especially
watch the old videos on purpose.
pre beard. You know, and that was back when I couldn't have one. You know, so and uh, we've we've made some progress with some of our videos. I've learned a good bit about doing videos and especially in
Man,
editing and
editing.
Yeah,
yeah,
Jimmy has improved quite somewhat.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
it
I know. I've like Jimmy. You should try this, or hey, I noticed this.
you do if you notice, I'll take your suggestions too.
Listen, I
I'll
am.
try.
Not only am I not above making suggestions and critiquing, when I see different things, I'm like, I need to try that, or I'm going to figure out how the hell to do that thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Jimmy says, keep going.
that's it.
From Marlon said, yes,
Keep
Jimmy, you're
moving
looking
on.
great. He said, God bless. Yes,
Well,
indeed.
thanks. I'm 25 pounds less than I was about 3 months ago.
What?
I don't
That's
recommend that diet, but it yeah,
No, 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
that's correct. Absolutely.
Marlon, please go
Absolutely.
on with Dash and tell us about your landscaping.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess in a couple weeks he might. That's what he said. He said June 11th.
Okay. All right.
Marlon said Dash never helped me with my videos. Middle finger. Marlon, if you would like me to send you text messages about your videos, I can and will. I can and will. Okay. So Roger said you should go back and remake the old videos. I don't want to because then I would have to watch the old videos, Roger. That is traumatic enough as is. I mean, talk about triggering. Like, I don't know. I have thought about going back and
Yep.
making some of the FAQ videos, the frequently asked question videos, just because, like, there are questions I get asked all the time where I'm like, yo, go back to this video. But then even
Yeah.
Quentin was here earlier. Angela! Oh boy, yes indeed. So Angela woke up from her nap. That's why she's here now. Let's see if she could join us. So I was talking. So let's see. Angela, I was talking about the fact that you call me a friend stealer, and how Clyde and we were in DC, and I met Robert Towson when we were out. So, but we were in DC on U Street, and Robert Towson was there at Ben's Chili Bowl, and I was the only one that went up and talked to him. But I was with Clyde. I'm trying to think who else I was with. I can't remember if Clyde's wife was with us or now wife was with us. Not. Nah, I just left the light, cooked, detangled kid's hair, read a story with heat, and came back. All right, well. What is with HET? With her and came back. All right, I am interpreting. Yo, the oh man.
Yeah.
Well, read a story here. Hey, speaking of which, yo, taste test number 3's cookies smell delicious. I sure could use a cookie.
It's about time to get in them.
I know, yo. These cookies smell fantastic.
We're not gonna make near as much.
I
tomorrow.
know. So Angela said, "Happy birthday to my mama." Yes, today is my mom's birthday, and I was debating whether or not I was gonna. I'm gonna say make a big deal, but I was debating whether or not I was gonna ask us collectively to say happy birthday to my mom. The only problem is I would have to then try to figure out how to send or get her a birthday wish from all of us to her. Yeah, it was one of those things where I was kind of like, nah, I'm all right. So number 3, Angela says save her some cookies. She'll be here Friday. She said okay, Angela. No cookies for you. You had tasty cakes. See, Angela knows about tasty cakes because Angela spent enough time in Philly to know about tasty cakes. Oh, that was Roger that said it. There's no way I will redo my videos. The issue with the Middle East, 321 issues in the Middle East. Grumpus said, "Happy birthday, Grandma Dash." Oh boy, you guys are too funny. Look. Oh my gosh. Susie says, "Happy birthday, Mama Dash. What a legacy you have created for this world. God bless you." She would appreciate that, actually. She acted like it was something wrong when I texted her happy birthday this morning, but she put it on my phone. Yeah. Let me tell you, I texted her this morning happy birthday prior to it was before 6 o'clock this morning. I texted her. She responded at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just about to get off work, and she was like, "Oh," she said thank you and sent me a picture of something random. I'm like, what the hell? You know the. Oh. How to run.
Marlon. I didn't say a word, Dash. I didn't say it this week.
Man, my brow is. Hold on.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. So the 21st, you had been in your house 4 years. Is that right, Angela? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, 2 of those years was COVID. Okay, more than 2 of those years was COVID, and she had a child who was immunocompromised, and I tried to get down to her house, but again, with her kid who was immunocompromised, was in the hospital when I was down by her house last.
Yeah. Look, nobody's going to say anything about, making trips to Florida and making trips to Texas, and and nobody would mention.
Too bad we can't hear Jimmy anymore. He something happened to his mic. Damn it, Jimmy! What happened? He I'm I done picked up a battery on my watch.
Oh well, you know how that works.
Man. All right, Jimmy. I think it's time.
Oh my goodness. Well,
You.
we just gonna.
Yep, straight. One more shot. I have Steven, you are excluded. I saw you take yours earlier. Come on, Jimmy.
Well, I hit mine. There's nothing but a little bit of ice left in that. I'll just have
Well,
to hit it
just
out of
put
the
a
bottle.
splash in there and then go ahead and. I'm not even chasing mine.
All right. You're such a
I'm
bad
waiting.
influence. You're such a bad
I'm
influence
such a
on me.
bad influence.
Yeah, you
Sure,
are.
Jimmy.
Yeah, you're such a bad influence. That's the way young nephews are. They're a bad influence on the
Come
older
on.
generation. All right.
I
All right.
respect my elders. I'm waiting for you.
All right. We're ready to go.
All right, come on.
Okay. Straight from the island.
Bruh. Oh my goodness. I have no more chaser.
I do, but that's all a chaser.
My chaser jar is empty.
I don't think that qualifies as chaser.
That does not qualify. Look, I'm pulling from a different one. That's coffee from earlier. It's iced coffee now. Jeez, I had to rinse that down.
I think I'll be fine without iced coffee.
You'll be good in the morning, Jimmy. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Look, Grumpy says smooth. No, smooth.
We'll put about five more
smooth, and some hair on your chest. Hold on, let's pull out the. It's not even the. Yo, it's smooth. The taco meat. Man.
I do apologize. I will come with something lighter next time. Maybe a bottle of Malibu.
You will not come with anything lighter next time, and it's completely fine that you don't.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, you come on. We expect to do pungent. That's what we got it for. That's
Listen.
And that's something, Stephen. I never take a shot unless I'm on with you.
Oh,
that's when I get it out. I don't get a chance to take a shot with Brother Stephen too often, and when I do, that's when I got the pungent ready. So,
and here I am. I just drink with all y'all.
Oh well, I know it's okay. Well, no, I didn't say I don't partake of anything else, especially clear. Especially clear. Bad an influence as you are. That.
Oh wait, there's oh look, there's a corner left in that jar. Let me dispatch that right now.
That's just enough to smell.
Let me tell you, I smelt it even before I drank that corner right there. I could open it up and still smell it. Angela said, "Aw." Susie says, "Ah." What Marlon said, June 11th, the Dash All-Star. Everyone come on. Also, Angela, you can't run. You can't hide. I'm going to find you. I guess he can't use the apostrophe and the T Um, in the message, look, Susie says yes, Angela. Look, she said she'll be in Atlanta. Atlanta is still the same time zone.
It's just right up the road.
Mm-hmm. Well, right up the road from you is down the street from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a ways from me.
Bruh. So it's funny, Steven. I told you when I was in St. Croix. I believe I was in St. Croix when I did the I almost say walking around the ship, and I was like, man, I'm the closest I've been to Steven like in a long time. I'm in St. Croix. Look, Susie said Quentin's hometown. Quentin's adjacent hometown. Okay, he is Atlanta adjacent. Susie, Atlanta adjacent.
What was that? Quimby?
Quentin, no,
Quimby.
Quimby.
Quimby is Atlanta adjacent.
No,
And
well,
you get a little further than that. It's Athens.
well, it's not Quimby. It was. I'm trying to think what.
Conyers is the other side.
I'm trying to think what city it was. Of course, he's not here to defend himself right now.
That's his fault.
That is his fault because he was here. He should have still been here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me text this ass right now. Mr. Tri-Tip.
Probably wake him up.
What city did you grow up in? That was Atlanta. Atlanta adjacent. Because I can't remember. Yes, we were talking about you. And you've fallen asleep and can't reply. Period. Like Susie said, that's why the laughing. Look, Angela said it's after midnight. Those are booty calls. No, these are. He is part of the fold, and I won't say he knows better. Oh wait. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't him. I got. Oh wait, no. I don't say I got a notification, but it wasn't. It wasn't him. It was just email.
He's asleep.
He is asleep.
Anyhow, guys, I'm looking to head out as well. It's after 12.
Yes, 12:03.
12:03.
What time you getting up tomorrow, Steven?
About next 3 hours.
Wait.
3 to 4 hours.
3 hours or 3 hours?
3 hours.
3. Okay. Yeah,
3
you can tell it.
hours.
You can tell the difference between Jamaicans and Trinidadians, because Trinidadian is 3, Jamaican is 3. How many trees? 3 trees.
Nice being here, guys. You all
Hey,
stay strong.
thank you,
Be good.
Steven.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven. All the best to the missus and to Jacqueline.
Yes,
All right.
I will give
Ask
them your
her
regards.
if it was tasty.
I heard that. Later, guys.
Thank you, Steven.
Yeah,
Definitely
okay,
appreciate
cool.
you being here. Be
Yeah.
easy. I'll talk to
Jimmy.
you.
Take it easy.
You too, brother.
Peace. All right, so let's see. Angela said it can only be 6 at a time max, though, right? Yes, but we can like cycle folks in and out, and or I'll do the trial, and I can have 10 people on the live stream at the same time. Love the tree hours. Look, Angela said, "Man, we're 40 plus. Haven't seen the club in years, right? Right." Angela, you know my baby brother is getting married in July, bruh. I don't know what he is. I don't say has planned, but technically, you talked about haven't seen a club in years. I've gone to a club to watch him perform. Actually, I took my younger brother with me, so that was pretty cool. Now that I think about it, but I mean, like a nightclub to like go dancing and nah, I haven't done that in a long, long time for sure. All right, look, hey, shout out to the replay gang. Replay gang, please chime in. So comment, chime, chiming in. Let's use correct English. Replay gang, comment, chiming in, and oh boy. Oh, Susie. What's Susie? I can't see that. Let's see. Do, do, do.
Dinky dog.
I'm trying to see what Susie posted. I have to jump through some hoops in order to get to the video or get to the stream in order to see. Winky. Winky Dinky Dog and the Whole Cake. Yo, Susie was determined to find the link. I will be checking it out later. That's the link for the Hollywood Shuffle, Hoe Cake, and Winky Dinky Dog. Yes, indeed. Rest in peace to John Witherspoon. Marlon said good night, everyone. Night, Marlon. No, just watch it another time, but copy it because you can't see the comments on your live after the live. It's Winky Dinky Dog. Yes, indeed. Look, Susie, I was already there. So, all right, guys. All right, Jimmy, you be easy. Thank you very
Take
much,
care,
sir.
guys.
Hey,
You guys have a great rest of the week.
yeah, Jimmy, I
Take
will
care.
text you Jamie's information.
Okay.
If
We got
you
to
don't
put her to work.
trust me, she doesn't work very hard. She doesn't work very hard for her day job. For the trailer though, yo, Jimmy be slanging like she be taking names, kicking ass and taking names for sure, for sure.
I'm sure.
I don't know, Jimmy. So I still have free charging until like the end of June. I don't know. I feel like I want to take a big trip or a long trip before the end of June. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and Alton wants us to come see him too. So
listen, I wish I wish I could afford to go down there. Taste Tester number two's send off is Friday evening. That big thing that he's doing is Saturday, and I wanted to make sure I could get back to work for Sunday because I'm not for nothing. I need the money. And I'm like, I can't. I would love to be able to go down there and support, but it's going to cost me money. Then I'm trying to donate money, and I don't want to lose out on money. I just can't make it happen.
Yeah.
Um.
And in a couple of weeks, I've got to go to Myrtle Beach for a conference for the
Oh
week
yeah.
down there too, in North Myrtle Beach, where they're all cutting up
Go to
here
Myrtle
recently.
Beach. I need you to go to 55th and Ocean Boulevard,
You know,
out to the beach.
I did that last time I was there, and
I'm
couldn't find him.
Oh, trust me. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna tell him to look out for you and you for him, so you can look out for him. And I'm gonna get him to send me a picture of him, so you can see him and look out for him.
Okay.
And yeah, because you said, when is your conference going to Myrtle Beach now?
It's in 2 weeks. I go down. I go down. Let me look.
Like Father's Day weekend?
It is no. Let's see. I go. I go the 8th of June. I'll be
For
there.
how
I'll
long?
be there the 8th through the 13th.
All right, so that's Saturday, Sunday through
Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
The 8th. Ah, damn. Through the 13th. Yeah. Well, I want to say I would love to try to get down there, but I don't know how I can work that out.
Hey,
But
we
you
got a
know,
room. We got a room. We'll push you up. Come on.
I know you
I don't.
will. I
I
just
don't.
try.
I don't know how
Listen,
much conference I'll be able to do, but that's oceanfront. We'll
8th
put you up.
through the 13th. That Wednesday the 11th. I gotta see when Taste Tester number 3 is out of school. That's the crux,
Yeah.
because I take her to and pick her up from school. So if she's out of school, I'm on my way, because I
Yep.
can work from wherever. Um, but I don't know. We Jimmy, I'll be in contact.
Okay.
I'll be in touch.
We're not going
But
anywhere.
oh shoot, I already know. All right, Grumpus said, oh wait. Look, Angela says, come to Southern Maryland. Trading that bad boy and get another 3 years. 3 years free charging. Grumpus, I wish. They are not offering 3 years free charging. Excuse me. They are not offering 3 years free charging. I've looked at which companies are, and it's basically Genesis that's offering 2 years currently.
And I
But I have
see
looked into it.
Grumpus's comment about Rick. What exactly does Rick have going on? I know
He's
he's
got
got the big
he's got
C, but
cancer. Yeah.
I know he has a big C, but I haven't heard anybody say exactly what kind. I know he's done a lot of chemo.
That's the about the extent of what I've heard as well. I don't know where or what type of cancer it is
Yeah, I tried to reach
either.
out to him and didn't get a response. So
I don't
I don't
think
know.
he's made. I don't think he's made mention, but I don't think he's Oh,
Well, I saw one of his video throat. Okay, I saw a video he made, and
Even in
basically,
this country, we've been taught a Western civilization way of living. That is
yeah.
not in our DNA.
I'm about to say. I think it could have been similar to suburban barbecue. Suburban barbecue survived throat cancer that he had.
yeah,
Um,
We have to do a better job of working
but
within our community
I'll
to
say
find folks
you got
with
the.
the
Excuse me. I opened up my phone and it was on Facebook, and I saw this is somebody who I went to high school with. She passed away recently, and boom, it popped up, and I'm like, I'm hearing her talk, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're going to. Hey, is there anything? Wait, can you come say hi to everyone?
Are there any cookies left, number 3?
Exactly. I'm going to ask that first, but I had to. Come say hi. Hold on.
What?
Jimmy, taste test number 3. Taste test number 3, Jimmy.
Hey,
That's Uncle Jimmy.
listen.
And
there sure was a difference in More Butter Baby recently and the older.
Hold on, say it. Start from the beginning, Jimmy. I just pulled the headphones out so she can hear you.
There sure is a big difference in the More Butter Baby recently and the last one that we did.
What do you have to say to that? It's funny. She's not gonna talk now.
I'm not gonna say it just because I know he wants me to say it.
It happened. It seems like overnight, all 3 of you guys just grew up. Just poof. Yep.
Yeah, like 7 years and overnight.
I know.
So, all right. Well, look. Is there anything left over?
Dad, not that I wasn't going to take to school tomorrow. There's not.
Listen. She has been killing it when it comes to selling cookies in school. I don't know where she gets it from.
Oh no, who knows? No, right?
She said, "Oh."
I wonder.
She wonders. She says, "If you can't hear her."
No, I can't. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Could be genetic. We don't know.
It could be genetic.
Yeah.
Go to bed, so I don't have to fight with you in the morning to wake you up. I'll see you at 7:15, 7 o'clock, 6:45. She just rolled her eyes at me.
Hey, if you want me to call you during those times, I'll be at work.
I'll be at work too. I don't need you to come. Look, Grumpus says number 3 cookie. Oh, Susan said hi, Cookie. I didn't see. Angela said, "Hey, baby girl." Look, she is going upstairs. What's her favorite cookies to make? Okay, so she currently is making oatmeal chocolate chip, snickerdoodle, and red Oreo red velvet. Not just red velvet, but Oreo red velvet, where she crushes some Oreos up in the red velvet and puts half a Oreo cookie on top of her red velvet. Yo, those are fantastic. But it kind of it depends on what you're in the mood for. They're all good. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. They're all good. All right. Before I yawn a whole bunch more, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Jimmy, thank you, sir. Tell everyone I said,
We'll do it. We'll do it. Have a
be
great
easy.
week.
Oreo, look, I will let her know that you would like a Oreo red velvet. Anything else? Your Majesty, Angela. Look, Susie hit the salute. Like, boom. Look at that salute. You can tell. She said, "Nope, I'll text you." Fine. Thanks. Hey,
I'll
look.
tell you in person Friday.
Well, she has to text me to put in her order prior to Friday. So, yeah. I need to get up early tomorrow because I have to. I know for sure I need to go to the restaurant depot before I need to be logged in. Anyway, thank you, Jimmy. I definitely appreciate you hanging out. Angela, Susie, who else is here, still here on the live stream, so I can say thank you for hanging out still. I show there are 12 folks currently on the live stream. Please comment below quickly so I can thank you personally for being here. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out and watching the live stream. Susie said, hit the like button, that thumbs up if you haven't already, please, and thank you. Grumpus is here. Thank you, Grumpus. All right. Going once. Who else is here on the live stream? Going twice. Roger's still here. He's probably not still here. He probably fell asleep and then joined again. That's his MO, where he falls asleep and comes back. Yeah. Hey, Roger, if you're not doing anything Friday evening, we're sending off taste tester number 2. And if you're still working in the area, I know you were not too far away from the house, my house. If you are still close, feel free to come on through. Light fare, hot dogs, maybe some hamburgers. And you can see taste tester number 2 off on his senior prom. Figured I would mention it to you while I have you as a, yeah. Scrog! Grumpus to see you. Scrog, we got the Jeepers in the house. Angela says, feel free to vibe through me and meet me. Nope. All right. He said nope here since 9:20. Okay, I would say I'm gonna need you to comment like every 5 minutes so that I know you are still here, because I know what you do. Usually or typically he falls asleep and then he wakes back up because I say something or I do something really loudly, and then it's like, oh wow, they're still talking? What? Ken Ford says, you guys have a wonderful night. Good night to both of you. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate you. Definitely.
Night, guys. Y'all have a
Yes,
great rest of
indeed.
the week.
Susie says, have fun. Taste tester number 2. I will let him know you said that, Susie. He's in the other room, and I am about to collect him and send him to bed. Thank you, Susie. Jimmy, Jimmy logged off. You be easy, Jimmy. All right. Anyone else who is still here that would like for me to say goodbye to them? Shout out to the hey bro, I know it's late, but whenever you can, you already know. Yeah. Oh, Shane, what up, bro? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell again? Go to sleep. Go to bed. And I might just have some brisket later today. All right. Susan says, Dash, be sure to tell your mom and your barbecue community. Said happy. Oh, tell your mom, your barbecue community, say happy birthday to her. I will. Angela says good night. All right. Well, I'm going to be purchasing a brisket tomorrow morning, first thing, and we will. Bruh, I'm selling some brisket tomorrow. I need to make some money. Anyway, listen. Thank you guys so very much, as always, for joining on the live stream. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. If you are watching the replay, please type replay, gang, 2 times on the replay so I know you are still watching. Anyway, thanks again, and I will see you next time. Hey, tomorrow's video, please watch. It's a banger. Like tomorrow's or later today's video, it's a banger. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. And anyway, deuces. Thank you again. Peace.